Hi, girl.
Hey. Wait, it's starting. It's starting. Oh, God.
Starting.
And we became
Also, drops are on,
mighty.
everybody.
Now,
Okay.
I change your
outsiders dishonor
Fugi.
our shores.
Oh,
And we
God,
have stood
yeah.
by, doing nothing.
No sweaty.
Hear my voice, ancestors. Show us your strength.
Yuzu.
Show
I'm
us
changing it. I'm changing it.
true way.
No, I have a confession.
What?
I
I definitely thought it was Path of Exile 1 update.
Girl. Oh, my God.
Oh, it looks so good.
It looks so good.
It looks so good. We haven't played that co-op Path of Exile 2 yet, have we?
Not yet. Not yet.
You're gonna hate me. I have like so many orange items, so many uniques.
It's okay. They're a lot easier to find in this one, I feel. Or maybe not. I don't know. I've used all of them so far.
Yeah.
I've played Path of Exile 2 way more than I should have.
Yeah, you did. What are you at, like 200 hours now? Oh, the 4th act is finally up. Let's go!
The 4th act!
Oh my god.
35 new areas is wild. 24 new bosses. Oh my god.
Yuzu. My free time.
Oh my god.
My free time, Yuzu. I'm so excited.
I'm getting sucked in again. Oh my god, is it Druid?
New
Are we
class?
getting a new class?
Oh, I think so. It looked very true. Ooh. Rise of
Rise of
Well,
the
no,
Abyssal.
It's some kind
Whoa.
of necromancy, but not really, because we already have necromancers.
I think Abyssal's just like a new enemy type with like a new endgame mechanic.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, it looks like Eldritch Abominations. August 29th. That's
Let's go.
As you can see, there's a lot going on.
I'm so
And we have
excited.
a lot to reveal today.
It's
We'll
John
start by going
PoE.
over Act 4,
I
the next
know.
chapter in the Path of Exile 2 storyline.
They're crazy
But that's not
for
all.
this.
There's also 3 new interlude
That's
acts to get you to
crazy.
endgame, which means we're removing cruel difficulty too. After that, we'll be going through the massive changes to characters. I'm super excited to show you how I've overhauled the entire support gem
Whoa,
system,
all
added new
classes buffed
skills,
this
and
time,
yes,
not all
there are
nerfed?
buffs. Next, we'll go
I'm
over
ready
the
for
rise
the
of the
buffs.
Abyssal, this season's exclusive league mechanic, and talk about the new rewards, crafting
I wanna
systems,
know about the new
areas, and
league.
bosses that it adds. After that, it's on to changes we're making to the endgame. Then it's time to talk about items, crafting, and oh yeah, trade. That's going to be a big
Trading?
one.
You want to give me your
We'll
rare
then
items?
go over our new supporter
Buy
packs
items and
finish
sellers
up
are
with a live
offline is a
Q&A
huge
session
change,
where Ziggy
actually.
D will ask Path of Exile 2's game directors, myself and Mark, your questions from Twitch chat. And after that, at 4 p.m. Pacific, patch notes. They're not quite complete, but they should give you some nice details to chew on. We've got a lot to cover today, but first, another announcement.
Hey,
When the 3rd Edict launches on the 29th, we'll be having a free weekend for Path
Free
of Exile 2.
weekend.
That's
Let's
right. Path of
go!
Exile 2 will be free for the first time without requiring
You
an
hear
early
that,
access
everybody?
key. The free weekend will end on September the 1st, so you'll have plenty of time
Thank
to
you
give
for
the
the
game
raid,
a try.
Bellaful. Thank you. Thank
by
you.
the way, that
All right.
weekend is when
Let's get
we'll
started with
also be
Act
doing
4.
a sponsored stream and we'll be playing,
The
so you'll
story
be able to
continues
see
from
us.
the end of Act 3. Doryani has agreed to help you find an
Oh, I just
ancient weapon
realized-
that can be
hold
used
on.
against corruption, the instrument of the 3rd Edict.
The
weapon was
3rd
broken in ages
Edict.
past, but he believes that the pieces may be found in the Karui archipelago, the home of the Karui tribes.
Whoa.
You will need to
I
journey to
know,
King's
it's so
March,
pretty.
hire a ship, and set sail.
Wow.
When you open the map, you can choose to sail anywhere you like.
Also, I think
Act
Whoa.
4 is completely
Your
non-linear,
and my links
and you
are
can visit
up
the islands in
on
any order you
the
choose.
chatbot and in our description.
Will you visit the pristine beaches
If
of
anybody
Whakapanu
does want to
Island?
get the game,
The Karui
is-
whisper of a curse that afflicts
it is
all
not
who
free
travel
in
there.
early access.
Perhaps it's related to
but
the weapon you seek.
it will be free after.
Dude, look at
And
this
there's gonna be
warrior
a
Maybe you will visit the
skill.
volcanic shores of the
I
Isle of
know.
Kin. The Kin have been more restless
But
recently.
you can get it now and you can play
Mining
now.
for sulfite and driven
That
by
is a
some
cool
dark
skill. What the
force.
heck?
Perhaps you will choose to consult with one of the local Karui tribes. Their ancient wisdom could hold clues to finding the third edict. No matter where
Oh,
you
that
choose
is
to go,
such a
you
cool
will fight
enemy.
dangerous beasts,
It's like a rhinoceros bug. Like, oh.
find fabulous treasures, and battle incredible bosses.
A challenger!
I hope they have really cool new support. That's literally Wukong. What the heck? What
There are
the?
8 islands to discover, each teeming with its own
He's
flora
not
and fauna.
flying on the Nimbus.
Act 4 contains over 100 new monster types, 16 new areas, 12 new
16
bosses,
areas? Oh my
and
god.
plenty of other interesting encounters.
Oh my god! Oh,
There's a huge amount to show,
Toss!
but we're not going to spoil
Toss!
too much
oh,
here. We want to give you a
TOS.
chance to discover it all for
Boobs,
yourself.
boobs.
It was good talking
What
to you.
happens after Act 4? Well,
We've
until
seen
now, you had to
boobs.
repeat the entire campaign again before you could face the endgame.
Boobies.
But after adding Act 4,
Oh,
the game is
no.
far too long to make you do that. We needed something else to do in between the end of Act 4 and the endgame. So what else could we do? Add 3 new mini-acts, of course, and we're calling them the Interludes.
Ooh.
The Interludes are a set of 3 temporary side stories that will be included in the game until Act 5 is released. That will take you to level 65 where the endgame can begin.
Wow.
The first interlude sends you on a journey back to Ogham. Renly has been leading the efforts to rebuild
God,
Ogham
look
village
at
after
him
the
and his
defeat of Count
tattoos.
Geonor.
He's got nautical
But there's a
little
new
tattoos.
danger afoot. The nearby town of Holton is surrounded by an impenetrable darkness.
Yeah, you don't
And
have
each
to
night, the
replay the
corrupted townfolk
campaign after
emerge to
doing
raid
it
the
once.
local
That's
farmlands.
huge. I hated doing that.
You'll discover new areas.
Really? I kind of like the campaign.
When you make so many different characters,
And
it
new
gets
bosses.
like too long. Too long.
You'll need to
I
find
agree.
your way through
If
the
you beat the
darkness,
campaign once, you should be able to pick if you want to go
uncover
through
the
it or
source
not.
of corruption,
Soon you will serve our master.
and defeat it.
Yes, I shall dance with that corpse.
And that's just the first interlude.
I haven't even beaten Act 3 yet.
The second
so
interlude will have you return
what?
to the Basteri Desert,
No,
where
I
Asana has been
haven't.
given a
Holy.
sacred duty.
I
When the
know.
skies align, the gifting of water requires a chosen Sekima to meet with the Selkari,
I need to hurry
guardians
up.
of the sacred water. But they're nowhere to be found. You will need to track down the Selkari.
Dude, I
Find
might
those
actually
responsible for
play
disrupting the
warrior. Their
Fight even more
their
new
skills
bosses.
look way cooler now.
Discover the secrets of the ancient ritual.
I got a really cool glove for.
Discover new
I don't
locations.
remember if it's the monk or the
And ultimately
one
help
that can,
Asala
like,
carry out her sacred duty.
one that has gloves or a staff.
Now for
I
interlude
know everybody
3.
can have everybody's items, but I always
Well,
forget
I
that.
think-
Thaumaturge of the
this will
Val,
be a
Doryani
new,
had plans within
um,
plans to save his people from the
A
cataclysm
new server
perpetuated
anyways.
by its Ares lust
so I
for
don't have
power.
to worry about my items. No.
One such
Yeah.
plan involved sealing a
Right,
group
new
of
server,
willing
let's make it
Val
happen.
deep in a great mountain vault near the home of the Asmeri, deep enough to survive the cataclysm.
Oh my god, what I love whenever there's
Even
a new
though
patch
thousands of
is
years
seeing
have passed,
people
he
rush
believes
to
that their
level
descendants
first.
may still live, and may be key to
Yeah.
defeating the beast. The journey up the mountain will be dangerous. New foes stand in your way.
Oh wow.
Oh hell
And
no.
the further up the
That
mountain you
looks
venture,
so
the colder
scary.
it will become.
I'm not gonna lie, this crossbow looks
Explore caves of ice
hard. I like it.
and
The
enter the vault
crossbow
itself.
actually was pretty
say
clunky when I
what you will
first
find with
played
it?
it. I hope that it feels better now.
Interludes are 6 to 7 areas each and generally include 4 boss fights as well. When you put that together with Act 4, that adds up to 35 new areas in the campaign and 24 new
Whoa.
bosses. It's worth
I
making
can't
clear
wait
that the interludes are
for people
temporary.
to just
When Act
one-shot
5 and 6
him.
are added, the interludes will be going away. These are side stories after all. But don't worry, the bosses and areas that make up the interlude are all part of the endgame.
This is crazy.
We're not just going
They
to throw them
cook
away.
so freaking hard.
And with that, we don't need cruel difficulty anymore. We do know that it was a pretty big chore to
No
have to
cruel
play through the
difficulty.
campaign multiple
Let's
times of each
go.
character. And this was a huge
Oh.
reason that the campaign could feel like a bit
Why
of a
did they
slog
why
when
did they
playing
take it
through
out?
again.
Did enough people
But we
complain?
do also have another new
It's
feature
because
to
cruel
address that
difficulty
particular
was
concern as
to
well.
take place for the lack of
So let's
acts.
talk about sprinting. In 030, when you hold down the dodge roll button, your character will go into a sprint after they finish the roll.
Yes!
This is available on all character classes, and there's no limitation on how long you can sprint for. The primary
Oh my
purpose
God,
of this feature is to make
yes.
navigating areas faster when out of combat. Because of that, if you do take a hit while sprinting, you'll
Oh.
fall to the ground.
Ooh, nice.
The best idea
I
is to use
kinda
a
like
skill
that.
when you see monsters. That'll break you out of the sprint so you can engage with no danger.
That's smart.
If you do need to run away from monsters, just hold spacebar. You won't be vulnerable during the roll, and you're faster while sprinting than basically any monster in the game, allowing you to retreat from combat. Sprint is a pretty significant change to PoE2's gameplay, What I like most about it is that we can accelerate the pace of the game for those who want that without having to compromise on
I can't
PoE2's more
explain
visceral
it.
combat
He has
systems.
the best vibes ever.
Okay, so that's the new extensions
Yeah.
to the campaign.
Just so
But there's a
jolly.
whole giant league to play through as well. I'll leave that to Mark to talk about later. And that's because what I want to talk about now is the new stuff for your characters. And probably one of the biggest new systems here is with the support gems. Now, support gems are one of the most interesting elements to creating a build. They're what enables so many interesting
I'm
mechanics
gonna
and different
upset
ways
like
to play.
old
But
PoE
PoE2's
heads
support
when
gem
I
system
say
has
this,
just
but I
never
feel
been
like
quite
I like
right.
PoE2 more
One of the
than
major
PoE1.
issues is the limitation of only having one support gem of each type on your character. We didn't
I'm a
want builds to just
PoE2
become using the
shill.
same 5 most powerful supports in
Following
every skill.
just support of this
The
guy's
problem with this
immaculate
design,
vibes.
though,
Thank you.
is that it's
He
actually working
immaculate.
against using multiple skills in your build.
So
If you can only use each
it's
support
gonna
gem on
sound
one skill,
bad, but
it means that you're
I
encouraged to
played
go
Path of
all in on
Exile
that
2
one ability.
first,
And we want to encourage you to combo your abilities.
and I
Something
really
needed to
liked it.
change. So
It's
with that in
okay,
mind,
I
we've
started with
removed the
2
restriction
first
of
as
having
well.
one of each support gem per character. You can now use as many copies as you
I
like.
hate to be like that, but like, yeah,
This should
updated
drastically
graphics.
increase the amount of possible builds
I like that
and
stuff.
increase the amount of
Wait,
skill diversity.
you could use multiple of the same support gem? Okay, that opens up
There are
so
a lot
many
of potential
things. Holy
builds that
shit.
suffered from the previous
I
restriction.
Holy
missed him
shit.
so
For example,
bad. Oh.
a poison build previously couldn't add poison to more than one skill.
Oh my god, no!
They
You're
couldn't use
just,
stacking
everything's
poison on more
poison.
than one skill
Everything's
either.
changed.
This
Oh
severely
my
limited the
god.
ability to combo with anything outside of the specifically
What's the
designed
most
poison archetype.
broken
But
thing
now
you can do?
Well,
Many
like that
utility
just
skills
that just
previously
makes
couldn't
it so
scale
that
to
you can
in-game
just like
because the supports
increase
that
the
would make
damage
them
of
scale
most of
were
your
more
skills that
useful
you
using
want
other
to
skills.
use.
You would
Yeah.
never speed up killing Palm with martial tempo when you would much
What is
rather
the
use it on your
most
primary skill
broken
instead.
thing that you can do?
There are more examples like this all over the place.
Well, there's a lot of broken things you could do. I don't
In addition to
know.
that, though, we thought there wasn't enough feeling of progression in the supports as you went through the game. There were only
feel like
3
that's gonna
tiers of
open up
supports,
so many
and many
builds
of the
and so
most
much
important
fun.
ones were given out at tier 1.
Before
Also,
it
there were
was
no
just
strict
like
upgrades,
Herald
meaning that
of
upgrading
Lightning was
supports when you
pretty
ran out of
broken,
sockets
or
required
like
quite a lot of thinking. In order
I'm
to
trying to
solve these
think.
issues, we now
Cast
also
on
have multiple
crit,
levels of many supports as
Cast
you
on
go through the game.
freeze was
For
pretty
example,
broken.
double barrel support gives you an extra bolt, but at the cost of 30% less reload speed.
Yeah, cast on
At
crit.
tier 2, the penalty gets lowered to 20%. But then at tier 3, the support gem gets something new.
Oh,
It now reloads automatically when you heavy stun an enemy.
interesting.
In some cases, the highest tiers might work a little differently, and you'll have to decide if you like the upgrade or not, depending on your build. For example, rapid casting. The first couple of levels gives
But that's
15, then 20% increased
crazy.
cast speed. But then at tier 3, it changes to a new approach. For each different spell you cast in the
love a
last 8
reflect
seconds,
build.
you
That
get
sounds
10%
fun.
increased cast speed, which could be a pretty big bonus if you use a lot of different
Whoa.
spells. So that's pretty good for upgrades through the campaign.
Not good for
But
me
we
because
wanted
I
to add
just
a
want to
little more
cast
spice to
one
the endgame
spell.
for supports
I'm a
too.
one spell
And that's
Andy.
where our new system, Lineage
Honestly,
supports, comes
I
in.
like pressing less buttons.
You can think of these like
Yeah.
unique items, but for supports.
I am a
There are
maximum
supports
of
that are only
3 or
available
4
in-game, but they're
buttons.
much more powerful.
Well,
Actually,
I
3.
like pressing
Like
my
Ratha's
1 or
Assault.
2 buttons a
It's an
lot.
upgraded version
Like,
of
I
double
like
barrel
clicking
that
that
reloads your
button a lot,
skills as
you
you
know?
dodge roll, as well as increasing the
I'm
number
not
of bolts
proud
it
of
can
it.
hold. But it does mean that it's the only way you can reload the skill now. Now, unlike regular supports, you can't find these through the
Like,
uncut
I've seen
support
some
gem.
people play, and it's
Just
like
like unique items,
so many
many
buttons,
of these can be found from
and they're just
specific
doing the
bosses.
most elegant like button mashing. Oh, couldn't be me.
And
Most
there's
of
a
the
ton
time,
regular drop roll too.
everyone tries to go for like the least amount of buttons
Some
to
of them are
press
fairly rare,
because it's just like at that point you're just auto
others fairly
farming.
common.
There used to be a Temporalis build where you just
Some of them are
blink
build defining.
and pretty much blink replaces your dodge, and your blink just
Others are just straight
casts
up power.
spells whenever you blink.
I
So
love that.
yeah, you just dodge the whole
Dodging
All in
time.
all, there's around 40 lineage supports being added throughout
I
the
love
endgame.
that.
So there's a lot of power to find out there. Now, the new support gems are certainly going to open up a lot of builds.
I
But of
think so
course, we have a
too.
huge range of improvements to individual character classes as well. As well as adding new skills, we had a big focus on buffing existing skills so that they can scale well into the endgame. There's a huge amount to cover here, so we're not going to discuss everything. We're just going to quick fire through some of the coolest changes. We wanted
The
to make
way I
cold
want to
more
play a
useful elemental
summoner
of
build
range,
again,
so we
but
expanded the cold tools
the way it
available.
got giga nerfed the last time,
As
I'm
well as increasing
scarred.
its range, Escape Shot now creates fragments of ice whenever it hits the ground.
Oh,
These
escape
fragments
shot.
explode after a
I
short
remember
time,
using
making
this,
the
my
skill better for
beloved
killing groups of
sweet
enemies.
angel. My sweet baby.
But not only that, we added an ice fragment support that creates more of them when killing frozen enemies. And a new buff skill called Ice Tipped Arrows that allows all your arrows to create ice fragments.
Maybe I should
Whoa.
have a poison arrow build.
This already gives Claire to rangers wanting to use ice.
Why not? You
But
know.
to take further advantage of the ice fragments,
Whoa.
freezing Salvo has been upgraded to shoot additional
Oh,
cold
that
arrows
roll!
towards
What
every
the
fragment,
hell?
giving you a nuke-like ability.
Okay, ice
kinda
build incoming.
We've also modified Snipe to consume frozen from enemies, dealing a huge amount more damage, giving you a nice ice single target option. And something you might notice about this is that the bonus is a lot higher against bosses.
Alright.
This is actually a change you'll see throughout the entire game. Since it's a lot harder to
guess I'm
freeze a
an
boss,
ice
you should get a
ranger
bigger reward
now.
for it. Another theme you'll see throughout the game is making movement feel better.
Toxic
Toxic
growth.
growth is a skill that was pretty cool, but a bit annoying to use with the jump that it had.
toxic growth.
Now Toxic Growth is a range skill, so you can spam it more easily.
Wow.
And we've also added a new poison skill while we were at it.
Toxic
called
domain.
It creates a small area
Ooh.
around you that makes all your attacks create toxic growth pustules.
Oh, interesting.
But attached to monsters.
Ooh, wait a second. Toxic domain
Another skill that was
build.
annoying to use was Electrocuting Arrow. It's now just a regular arrow, making it easier to use.
I'm not gonna lie, electrocuting on
But
the
it
ice.
also means you can
Ooh.
support it with projectile
Ooh.
supports. And it now also has
Look at the
area of
vibe.
effect, making it a tool for more than just
Wait,
single
maybe
target,
I'm gonna go
allowing it
toxic
to scale
domain
into the
build. I
end.
can see the vision.
You should.
We
I'll
also
support
added a new
it.
spirit
Mirage
reservation
Archer.
called Mirage Archer.
Oh,
This
wait,
is a
what?
meta skill
Is
that
that
allows
your...
you to create shadowy clones
Oh!
of yourself to use a skill of your choice.
Oh my god.
Prepare
Of course, one of the
for
other big
trouble.
problems the ranger had was survivability. Evasion was the weakest of the three defenses, and we wanted to change that.
True.
Currently, evasion doesn't evade all types of hits in the game, so you're still vulnerable to things like slams or unblockable attacks.
Oh,
To make evasion characters
That
more
hurt.
tanky, we're adding a new mechanic called Deflect.
ooh,
Can't
okay.
wait for
Unlike
evasion
Deflect works on everything,
um
and if you successfully deflect a hit,
and
you take
shields to be
40% less damage.
strong again.
Items can now give you a mod that gives you some amount of deflection based on your evasion.
Some amount of deflection. I'll have to see how it works.
Deflection.
And there's a bunch
Interesting.
of it available on the passive tree too. Deflection is rolled in addition to evasion. So
Okay.
this is an upgrade for regular hits
Acrobatics
too.
2.0 incoming.
And unlike evasion, there's no maximum chance. You can reach 100% deflect against all hits if you spec into it enough.
100%
Of
deflect
course,
against
this
all
is a
hits.
buff that helps all dex
Okay.
characters, so the Mercenary and the Monk, but especially the Huntress, are seeing big defense boosts from this as well. Speaking of defensive mechanics, let's talk about block and parry.
Oh, yeah.
Now, one of the big concerns on the release of the Huntress was parry feeling unreliable.
Yeah.
One of the big reasons for this is there's a lot of hits that are not blockable, and thus not parryable either. So a huge balance change we're making is that now everything is blockable, except for
Yeah!
specifically unblockable red flash skills that bosses use.
Wow.
Wait, I didn't see the flash.
This
I
makes
think it was
parry
that
much
red-
more reliable.
The red thing.
And not
Oh.
only that,
Dot?
but to make blocking
Yeah, the
parry
red
nicer
dot.
to use, you now also move faster than before while using these abilities. This is a massive buff to passive block as well. So to counter that, we did have to lower the max passive block a bit. But overall,
Oh.
you should feel much safer.
Wow.
Is it time for you to get a shield?
Fire skills on the
Maybe.
warrior were not really cutting the mustard.
Time to start
So we
my
decided
Quinn
we needed to
arc.
upgrade a bunch
0
of them, but
damage
also add some
build.
more as well. Let's start with a buff. Volcanic fish are now branches into multiple
Is
fishes,
that a League of Legends
giving it much
reference,
more clearing
or-
potential.
Oh, it's Quinn is
We've also
another
added a new
popular
skill called
streamer
Forge
that
Hammer.
plays Path of
This skill
Exile, and
throws
he's
a
known
molten
for his
hammer
0
that
damage
slices
build.
distance.
Yes, yes,
You can
Q-U-N.
recall the
Okay,
hammer
yes,
back by
sorry.
using the
I
skill
thought you
again
meant
if you
Quinn.
like. But the
Q-U-I-N-N.
cool thing to do is to use a war
So I was like,
crane.
are you talking about the stream
Using
or
a
are you
war
talking about
crane
League
makes
of
the hammer
Legends?
explode,
Okay, yeah.
making a bunch of volcanic fishes around.
I
Volcanic
definitely
fishes
was not
re-trigger when you
pronouncing that
slam them,
Quinn.
so it's a great skill to make a flaming
Holy
arena to fight a
moly.
boss.
Dude, that's so cool.
That looks
We
so
also
good.
buffed Perfect Strike to have a much larger area of effect, and changed Molten Blast to not always force you to move forward. Trust me,
Oh,
it feels a lot better to use
Oh.
now. The skill now has massively
like
boosted
that.
chance to ignite monsters as well. And you're going to want to ignite monsters due to a new glory skill called Ancestral Cry.
Ancestral
Ancestral
Cry.
charges up with glory
I'm
by
loving
igniting
how the
monsters,
fire
invoking
just
King
keeps making
Calm's favor.
patterns on the
Yeah.
After you do, use it to channel Calm's ancestral power.
Oh my
Every
fucking
attack
or, oh my
is
god.
with fire.
Oh my god.
Your
Wow.
very steps will explode, triggering volcanic fishes.
Oh my god.
And molten balls will erupt from your
Pyromania!
attacks.
Holy moly.
Warrior shield skills were another area we wanted to improve. Now that we've got sprint,
That
we actually
makes
don't need
me
to have a
feel a certain
cooldown on
type of
shield
way.
charge anymore. And now also does more damage the further away you
I
are
am
when you
going
use
to be
it.
playing Path of Exile, no lifing this like crazy.
Yup,
Significantly
yup,
upgraded
yup.
AoE.
I'm excited.
Also,
I'm there
you can
with
shield
you, girl.
charge right through it to trigger all the walls.
What are you gonna make for the new?
We also added a new shield wall
I
crack.
feel like I might want to play
Fortifying
Warrior
gives you
this
a defensive
time.
buff, but it also builds up charge on your shield
They
that
gave
empowers your
Warrior
other
so
shield
much
skills.
love this time.
And
Or
Magma
Ranger,
Barrier now doesn't
maybe.
require timing in order to use. Just wait for your shield to charge up and block.
I kind of want to try Monk finally. I know starting with the non-range
Seismic
character
Cry
is a
now
little bit
stuns
harder.
enemies that are primed for
but
stun.
feel like I could make it. We'll see.
And we changed the Sunder interaction with Armor Break. It now also gives a Sundered Armor debuff that makes enemies take 40% extra physical damage. Great for
Oh,
bosses.
that's so pretty.
Ancestral Warrior Totem's undergone some pretty significant changes too. We wanted the skill
Oh.
to feel more like using an ultimate. That summoning an Ancestor to fight for you was a big deal.
Is
So
Warrior
we've changed
good
this
now?
totem to
It
require
seems
3
like they
endurance
made it
charges
really,
to summon,
really great.
and massively buffed its damage. It also now scales your weapon damage too.
Holy dude, that's so cool.
Since there's no limit anymore, if you build around generating endurance charges, you can summon an entire forest of totems.
Dude, the ancestral totems look
In order to make that
awesome.
easier, we
Uh-huh.
added some new sources
You
of
wanted,
endurance charges.
what is it,
There's now
minion
a support
build?
to make
There's your
perfect strike
minions.
generate charges.
True,
And a support
true
for generating
actually.
endurance charges from heavy stuns as well. Speaking of totems, we wanted to upgrade the Warbringer. Among the other
What's
changes we made
everyone's
to this
gonna-
class,
what
Answered
is
Call now gives
everybody-
an extra
I
totem,
swear I know how to
and the
talk.
spirits have just been generally buffed in many ways. Use it with
everyone
your
gonna
limitless
make?
ancestral warrior forest to make an
Oh my
army of
God.
Kurui that would make Tugahama proud.
Use your words. Use your words.
Ancestral
also merged
totem
the
build
Grateful
is
Power
back.
and Warcrawler's
Oh my god, oh
battle
my god, oh my god,
support, so you can get all the benefits from one pot.
There's your pet rocks. You can name them.
And encased in jade no longer removes the jade when
The
getting hit,
easiest class
making a
to
much
try
better
is
defense.
probably some kind of witch or archer.
Next up, let's talk about accuracy. Accuracy was always intended to be
I'm not
something
gonna
that
lie,
warriors
Cold
didn't need to
Ranger
care
is
about very much so
speaking
long
my
as they're in
name.
close combat. But unfortunately, that's not currently the case. This was particularly annoying with skills
I'm gonna
like
make
Bone
my
Shatter, which you
warrior, and
certainly
then
don't want
within
to
the
mess
next
with.
week, they're gonna
So
giga
we
nerf the
significantly buffed
warrior.
the chance to hit at close ranges when you don't have much accuracy.
I'm manifesting
Warriors
for
shouldn't
you.
require any accuracy investment in order to
That's
hit
the
with close range
meme
attacks.
though. That always happens, unfortunately.
We also wanted to improve armor. Now, one of the major
That
weaknesses
sounds
of
fun,
armor is
Judge.
the
I couldn't
inability to
vibe with her,
defend
but
against
I'm just
elemental damage.
really bad at
In order to mitigate
melee.
this, we're adding a lot more of the stat that allows your armor to defend against elemental damage. It's now available on items and in a lot more places on
Dang,
the
they
passive tree.
buffing armor and evasion? Mercenary's eating good.
One of the most important improvements we've made in 030 is
They
to
thought
declunk
we
the
were
action and
taking too
flow
much
of shooting
damage.
crossbows. You can now reload crossbows without any movement penalty. But not only that, all skills that can be
crossbows
used while
look
moving now
fun.
slow you for a shorter amount of time. This change benefits everyone, not just crossbow skills. With both of these changes put together, the run and gun playstyle feels much better.
I like that.
It's hard to explain how important this change is for the feel of the class. The Mercenary is also a good chance to talk about how we're rebalancing to make
Energy
comboing skills
shield
much
builders
better.
are in shambles.
Shock, for example.
Found dead in a
It buffs
ditch.
damage and lasts 4 seconds right now. But that isn't really giving you enough time to take advantage of it. If you're going to add a lightning skill into a build that otherwise wouldn't use one, we need to make mechanics like this much better. So we've increased shock duration on monsters to last 8 seconds.
Okay, that's actually
And skills
That's
like Plasma
double the
Blast, which are
amount.
intended to be good at shocking
Long time,
enemies,
wow.
now increase the damage bonus by a lot more.
wow.
You'll find changes like this all around the
They
game.
made it so digestible that even
Chill now
I
lasts
get
8
it.
seconds, giving you more of a reason to weave in cold damage. Freezing skills are better at freezing.
Huh.
Burning skills need to cause burns that last longer. But making skills like Permafrost Bolts and Incendiary Shot double down on how they're supposed to be used, it makes using them in your build alongside other skills much more likely.
I like that. I
We're
like
also
my
making sure to
suitcase.
buff specific
Wait, did they
combos
just
too.
buff shock? Like,
The
did I
freeze
hear that
explosions from
right?
frag rounds now chain to nearby enemies.
I thought it was already strong where it
And using high
was.
velocity rounds with armor break will now fragment the opponent's armor. This causes monsters to take a portion of high velocity rounds damage with every subsequent hit, even tiny pellets. So that means
this
following it with
class
a
is
shotgun blast is
chonky.
way more effective.
What the heck?
Now there's a lot more buffs to crossbow skills, but for now I'm just going to talk about the new one we added, the Mortar Cannon.
Yeah.
This
Oh, I
one
thought it
lets
was
you
mortar.
socket any
Oopsie.
grenade skill, and using it will summon a
Mortar.
cannon which loads
Mortar.
and then fires the grenade you choose.
What?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I like turrets.
Another issue on the Mercenary were banners. They were just not very good, so we're doing a
Yes!
big upgrade to them. They now
Let's
last longer,
go!
don't disappear when moving out of them,
Yes!
and we removed the Valor mechanic.
Oh,
They now just give a much more
banners.
consistent and stronger buff.
Okay,
and you
I
can
know what
use
I'm
them when you
doing.
Get enough glory.
I know what I'm doing.
Crossbowmen, talk to me.
Of which
Banner
one of the main focuses was
build.
making various minion types more
Okay.
useful to use
Banner
together.
build.
Melee
Or no
minions in
idea.
particular were just not that great compared to ranged ones. As a starting point, we just straight up removed the requirement for minions to have accuracy.
God, I want to try
Oh,
so many
huge.
things.
Attack minions now
What am I
always
gonna
hit, which
do?
makes them way better.
Oh my god, huge.
Fruit's got some good numeric buffs, but we also added a new command skill where they do a war cry that intimidates enemies and detonates any frozen monsters and allies around you in a big cold explosion.
That's cool. It feels
Ooh.
like they really buffed cold.
We've
That's
also
the one
changed
thing
the
I'm
Frost
seeing.
Mage's
Oh,
command
and
skill to an
fire.
ability that adds ice armor to your other minions, adding a layer of
Ooh.
defense. It makes them deal cold damage
Alright,
back to the
tanky
attacker as well.
minions.
Banner
The ice
minion
armor
build.
also makes the minion count as frozen.
Banner
So
minion
you can
build.
detonate them too.
She's cooking.
Unearth was changed to work on corpses of your dead skeletons, allowing you to summon the minions more easily in boss fights. And they also got a new jump ability, allowing them to get into combat faster. Grey Spectre was
Wow.
also feeling pretty weak for the spirit cost they have. To be honest, we were a little afraid of these when we first balanced them. We've both decreased the spirit cost for a large range of monsters, and have significantly increased Spectre damage too. They should
Oh my
feel a
God.
lot more
I'm
impactful.
not gonna lie, the ice armor to the skellies with the ice
Yeah.
detonation.
There's
stuff.
also a lot of
Yeah.
new Spellcaster weapons with newer cult skills. I want to talk about one of them that I thought was particularly cool.
Wow.
The Reaping Staff is actually a wicked scythe that gives you a new ability called Reap.
Oh,
When an enemy is low on
wow.
life, you can
That's
dash forward
cool.
and rake enemies with the scythe to cull them instantly, healing you. It can also inflict critical
Oh my
wounds on
god, a
enemies too.
scythe? A freaking
Now,
scythe?
there's a lot of balance changes in the Witches
That's the
Ascendancy
only
classes,
scythe in
but
the
I'll just talk
game.
about two of them for now.
It's so cute,
On the
isn't
Blood
it?
Mage, you were previously required to spend your first points on Sangomancy, which really was supposed to be the downside for being
Yeah,
able to
that's
access
pretty
the
booty.
powerful abilities on the rest of the class. In order to make picking the Blood Mage a better early option, we've made Sangomancy free, unlocking the power of the rest of the
Thank
class immediately.
God.
On the
Damn.
Infernalist, the Demon form wasn't something people were really using because you lost your weapon stats while transformed.
That's true.
Well, you no longer do, so it's a much better option now.
Oh, yes.
On the Monk, the wind skills needed a big upgrade for sure.
Yeah, I really want to try Monk.
Staggering Palm can now stack up its duration if you use
Monk
the skill
is
multiple
really
times in a row.
strong.
So you can keep the effect of all your skills throwing up wind much more easily.
But I don't know if I trust myself on
Wind
close
Blast had the
combat.
purpose of building up to dazing an enemy.
The good thing
it's
about
amazing,
Monk
just
is he
wasn't
has
worth all that
a
effort.
decent range
Now it just
too.
dazes on hit,
Yeah,
meaning
yeah.
a single Wind Blast will make all your skills stun
And I know what
enemies
people
more
are going to
easily.
say, Matara, you can use any weapon on any class. I
Following
know.
up with Vaulting Impact on a dazed enemy previously did a bunch of stun.
What
Now
are
it allows
those
you
like
to break
3
your enemy's
elements
stance.
on his back?
When their
That's
stance
a
is
new
broken,
skill effect
following
that
up with a
I
fast attack
don't
will
think
do
I've
way
seen
more
before.
damage.
Does anybody know?
A cool build that certain people always enjoyed in PoE 1 was hand-to-hand combat.
I remember
But until
one
now,
time
we
I
just
raided
didn't have a
Kraken,
real way to make it
and
viable.
he was playing the craziest like
Well, that changes
freeze
now.
monk I've seen.
The
I was
monk,
like, oh,
as
I
a true
want to be
martial
a
artist,
monk.
now has the
Yeah,
ability
Monk
to
was
learn the
hella
hollow
OP
palm technique,
before.
a keystone that lets you use all quarterstaff skills while unarmed.
What?
All
Oh my
quarterstaff attacks now have
god.
a special unarmed version, and you get further bonuses for all
body
your
is a
attacks from stacking
weapon.
energy shield and
So
evasion
give
on
me
your
some
character.
more.
Oh my god.
Push it to the limit.
A new keystone we also added
is
to the monk
crazy.
section of the tree is Walker of the Wilds. This changes Mana Leech to work with elemental damage instead
Oh,
of
oh
physical,
my god.
which is pretty useful for all those elemental attacks the
Knuckles,
monk has.
use your
But it works well
fist.
for the ranger too.
Fist build
Now,
for
one of the
Monk.
least used ascendancy
Oh
classes
my
in the game is the
God.
Catch
Acolyte of
these
Chiyula.
hands.
So we knew we needed
When
to make
I
some changes
catch
here.
you, you're gonna catch
One of the key
these
things we had
hands,
to do
brother.
was make the chaos damage that the Acolyte can do much more useful.
Ooh, look at the
So we've
skill
added a new
effects.
skill, allowing chaos damage to ignite, shock, chill, and freeze, embracing the elemental prowess of the monk in a truly chaotic fashion.
Someone is gonna do One Punch Man. You
In
already
addition,
know.
he can make all of his chaos damage leech. And we've buffed
Dude,
into the
they
breach and
cooked
embraced the
so
darkness by
hard with
moving
this
the effects of
patch.
the 4-point nodes into the base skills.
It's crazy. I don't know how they're doing this.
He also gains a new notable.
I don't know
Grasp
how
of
they're
the
doing
Void,
all of
which
this
leaves
between
void
Path of
illusions
Exile
behind
1
you as you
and
dodge
2
roll.
and like.
Dude,
If they're killed,
Look
they
at all
cast
those
Illusions
orbs
of
around
Darkness,
him.
dealing damage to
I
everything in sight.
know.
what?
Now let's talk about
Okay,
some
that
skills.
looks freaking
One of the
awesome.
things we wanted to improve on the Sorc is the ability to use multiple elements
I want to
together
make
more
every
effectively.
single character. I don't even know where to start.
Now, this might seem small.
I don't
but
even
one of
know
the
who
things
I
pushing
wanna
me towards
play
using a single
now. What
element
the
is debuffs like
heck?
elemental curses, which lower resistances of a single element.
Wow.
In order to fix that, we're making quite a lot of game-wide changes to these kinds of mechanics to broaden what they apply to. So, for
my
example,
God.
there's no longer 3 curses for fire, ice, and
Oh,
lightning.
thank
Instead,
God.
there's just a single curse that buffs
Nice.
all 3 at the same
Oh,
time.
That's
thank
awesome. I like
God.
And things like Frostbomb, which gave you cold exposure, now give elemental exposure. You can use it to buff any of your other skills.
I like that.
We also wanted to make switching between different weapon sets smoother, so you can use different elemental staves more effectively. To do that, we've removed the weapon switch time. And
Oh,
now it
wow.
happens instantly.
That's huge.
This applies game-wide too.
I kind of like that.
Now, we didn't just want to stop there. We wanted to add some specific mechanics that work between different elements.
Yeah, I don't think you
And
need a
that's
new
where
class.
elemental
I
infusions
think
come in.
everyone's just gonna be.
Certain skills can now drop
back to the
elemental
drawing
infusions.
board.
For example, when a Frostbomb explodes, it leaves
I'm
behind
just
a
waiting
cold
for
infusion on
witch
the ground.
changes. I'm just waiting for the witch
After
changes.
picking it up, you can spend
I
it
need
on
more
one of any number
chaos
of different skills to
spells.
transform how they work. Spark will create a nova of cold-infused projectiles.
Oh, cute.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I need this. Are you
Ice
kidding
Nova will
me?
leave a chilled area on the ground.
Oh.
And we also added a new low-level
I'm
skill that
telling
fires
y'all,
ice
I
shards.
really want to do ice
Use it with
build
cold infusion
now.
though, and the ice
Today
shards
has
will explode.
convinced me. I'm an ice believer now.
Yeah,
Orb
they've
of Storms now
buffed
generates
the heck
lightning
out
infusions
of,
when you cast
of
enough
ice.
spells near it. And that's all
And
spells,
all the
by the
fire
way,
stuff
not just
looks
lightning.
amazing as usual.
Once you have one, you could cast a lightning flame wall, which adds both fire and lightning damage to all
The
the
flame
projectiles
wall
that pass
isn't
through
as blinding anymore. They turned down the
it. Or
bloom.
power up Ember Fusillade with lightning, which will
We
generate arcs to
Whoa.
nearby enemies as each fireball hits.
Oh, all right. I like that. The little orbs. Ooh.
Or maybe go lightning on lightning with arc. This skill is now a projectile.
I like how
and
she has
by
a staff
infusing
on
it,
her
you
back
get
and a
full
staff in her
Palpatine.
hand. That's my girl.
Get fire infusions by blowing up monsters with living bomb. Then use
Whoa.
them with Comet to summon a giant fire meteor from the sky.
Whoa.
Or use it with Firestorm, which transforms it from a small area into a much bigger one.
It didn't feel very fiery.
Firestorm is
but...
unique in that it can
Oh,
be
okay,
infused
yeah.
by multiple different elements at the same time. Add an ice infusion to rain down ice at the same time as the fire.
Ooh.
And add
Okay,
lightning to add deadly
Sorcerer's looking
strikes
a
from the
lot
heavens into the
cooler
mix.
with the amount of multiple.
Or use it with all three.
elements you
Regenerated
can
Storm is
use.
truly apocalyptic.
Okay, wow.
Especially since
Cold
now
Snap has
things
been
are
simply turned into Snap.
weak to all elements,
Previously, you
right?
could use it to shatter
With
ice.
with your
So you can just
curse
Now it works to
specifically,
detonate all
yeah.
the different elemental ailments and make some leave behind infusions.
It's actually feels a
And just
lot
like how you could
better
previously
because
use it on
Sorcerer is just
Frostbolt,
the master
you
of
can now
all
also use
elements,
it
but
on
you're
Orb of
kind of
Storms
forced to
and
play one
Soulborn to
element with her
detonate those as well,
before.
which means you can create
And now
many
you can
infusions at
actually
once.
do all of them. Look how cool that looks. Oh,
We also have a
stop.
Spirit Reservation skill and a support gem to help generate them too.
Oh,
On the passive tree, we've added quite a few new keystones
thank
to the
God
Sorceress
there's no new
section.
class.
Here are a couple of examples. The Black Flame Covenant keystone converts your fire spells to chaos and causes your
Oh.
ignites to deal chaos damage. Your fire
Wow.
spells and ignites will also turn purple.
Oh! Oh!
The
It looks
Ritual
so good.
Cadence
It looks so
keystone
good. It
causes
looks
your
so good.
invocation skills to trigger more times, but makes them trigger periodically over a longer duration instead of one. Great for those auto bomber builds.
Oh my
Now, in addition to skill
god.
changes, we've added a lot more options for the passive tree for each class. Overall, there are more than 100 new notables on the tree, usually around 20 per class, along with smaller clusters as well. Check out the old version. And here's the new
Oh,
version.
no.
God
It's a lot more dense,
dang.
and there's more
No,
interesting nodes
how
than
did you
before.
guys make it even more dense?
Now, we probably can't go through too many
Yeah.
of these in the live stream, so
Yeah.
I'll just show you one from each class's area of the tree.
How did you guys make it
We tried to be a lot more
even
thematic with the new nodes. So, for example, the Molten One's Gift. It lets the benefit of Armor Break apply to your fire damage.
Oh wow. Huge.
Or how about Last Stand, which gives you lots of stats as your situation becomes more and more
God
desperate.
damn. Mercenary's eating so
A lot of
good.
these have themes aligning with ascendancy classes. Like for the Gemling Legionnaire, for example.
This
You
is
have crystallized immunities,
a
which makes you immune to
crazy
different status ailments,
tree.
depending on which support gem color you have socketed the
Okay,
most.
that's crazy. What?
Uh-huh.
Another Ascendancy class aligned notable is Sanguimatic Rituals. It allows arcane surges to generate life instead of mana, unlocking that support gem
Okay,
to be used with the
huge.
Blood Mage Ascendancy. In the Sorc area, you'll find these Archon nodes that allow you to convert all of your elemental damage to a specific element.
Ooh.
You become a Lightning Archon when you spend enough mana, after which all your skills will be converted to lightning, and you will do extra lightning damage as well. We have ones for cold and fire too, with different
Interesting.
triggers. Here's another cool one. Elemental Practitioner gives crit bonuses if you've triggered a skill recently, while
What?
also making crits generate more energy for triggers. Or maybe
This
you'd
is
like
still
the
early
Great
access,
Boar.
by the
It
way.
gives you a reason to stack
This isn't even
dexterity
full.
to make
This
you
isn't
feel
even the full
giving a
game.
bonus to life and stun
Nope.
threshold.
I'm
Or the Cunning Fox.
so
It straight
happily
up gives you
overwhelmed.
5% quality to all your gems.
Wow.
Now, another major change is attribute requirements. We felt like players probably had a few too many nodes and attributes and not
Oh,
enough in
thank
interesting
God.
passives.
Oh,
So
Thank
we lowered
God.
attribute requirements by 25% across the board.
they really just
Oh,
want
thank
to take all
God.
these
That means you'll
crazy
have more
skills,
points to
huh?
spend on interesting notables rather than just needing to allocate on strength,
thank
dex, and
God.
int. Now, there are way more changes than just these. These are just some of the cooler ones we wanted to show off.
What do you
But
mean
I'd say that's just
more?
about enough for now. We're not even half done yet.
What?
So I think it's time that we talk about the League, the rise of the Abyssal. And to do that, I'd
Wow.
like to hand things over to Mark.
Mark,
As you
what are
just
gonna
saw,
tell us?
even though there are major changes to the campaign
is
for this
crazy.
update, we want to make sure that every time you come back for an expansion, Each area feels different, with something extra going on.
Hi, Mark.
It is really important to make sure your experience when returning between expansions is fresh and filled with new content.
you.
And the way we did this was through leagues.
League.
Every expansion we make has a league, which not only has a fresh economy, but also has new content exclusively available in that league.
All right.
So, let's
We're doing
delve
this
into
for
the
the
details
economy.
of what Path of Exile 2's first official league is bringing to the table.
Girl, I'm so
The
excited.
Abyssal are
I'm
a
so
race that
excited,
have mastery of
Matara.
forbidden magics and necromancy.
Whoa.
They were thought to be extinct, but have merely been biding their time underground.
Wow.
You first encounter signs of the Abyssal in Clarefell, where you discover that during the night, weaker members of the Undead Legion have been attacking the encampment.
Interesting.
The townsfolk require your help to investigate where the monsters are coming from and put a stop to their attacks.
Out there, ancient
Why are they
see if I-
green?
Uh-huh.
Why are they like
As you
green
proceed through
necromancy,
Rayquest,
but then
you'll
like the
find
witch
fissures in
uses
the earth
purple
connected to larger
necromancy?
pits.
Right?
The
I don't
monsters
know.
normally
Maybe to make it,
inhabiting
like,
the area
stand out
are
more?
being affected by it, harmed by it even,
But I
having
agree,
their
I also
souls
thought
eaten to
Abyssal would be, like,
strengthen the
red or
Abyssal
purple, huh?
underground. As you defeat the monsters, the fissure closes and Abyssal emerge, angered by you killing their food. Once all
I
those
wonder,
fissures have
maybe
been
I should
sealed,
go
the pit
a summoner
activates,
build still.
and more Abyssal
Because
pour
now there's
out.
new enemies to turn
This
into
is where the
specters.
larger and more dangerous monsters reveal themselves,
Banter
as
build with
hordes of
summons?
Abyssal
Maybe.
spew
Yeah,
out from the pit
maybe.
to take your soul.
I got their little bug.
But the chaos flame
If you kill a magic pack,
effects look
then
really
magic Abyssal
cool.
arise.
Yeah.
If you kill a rare, then a rare monster will emerge
I'm not
from the
gonna lie,
pit,
that
having
between, like,
absorbed
the
some
Cold Ranger-
or all of its modifiers
Bless you,
for
bless you, bless
itself.
you.
Thank you, thank you.
The
This
elemental
means the monsters
sorcerer,
emerging will
the
generally be
monk.
more difficult and more rewarding, as each
I'm
modifier
Confucian.
gives better rewards. If you are able to kill them all, the pit will seal shut. As
God,
each
there's
pit
Oh
is
wait, you're
closed,
right.
it reveals a potential
Necromancy
reward.
is green for witch. My bad.
Abyssal troves will rise up out of the pits, allowing you to get some epic loot.
Yay! I love epic loot.
Areas often contain
at that,
many
they're big
pits with
bugs.
many fissures, and the amount goes up as you
I
progress
love 'em.
through the game, getting more intense. It doesn't stop there. When monster mods are absorbed, they have a chance to become infused with the dark necromancy,
Oh.
transforming them into abyssal modifiers.
I love that. I
For
love those
example,
mechanics.
You defeat this monster with the Mana Siphoner modifier. Their soul is eaten by the pit, and a rare monster emerges.
I love that.
The
Rare
Mana Siphoner modifier has
Monster.
transformed into
Rare
Soul
loot.
Siphoner, and is now amplified in danger and reward.
Look at that, he's got the big tentacles.
Oh my god. Okay, the
Abyssal
monk wind
pits
abilities
also
are
interact with
so
other
cool
monsters and
looking.
mechanics. If you defeat a rogue exile that's
This
near one,
fire stuff
it'll be
too, oh my
revived as a
God.
lichborn that has multiple abyssal modifiers. Lichborn exiles even have their own unique jewel they can drop,
Even
if you are lucky
warriors
enough to
looking
encounter
captivating.
and
Ugh.
kill them.
Yeah, the warriors, the
If an
new
abyss
like
spawns near a boss, killing it will summon
new
a
FPS
gigantic
killer.
Giga larvae creature.
what the hell is that?
Wait,
Monsters
what?
imprisoned in essences near abyssal pits are affected by the abyss too.
Ooh.
They will come with an additional new essence item that can be used to craft your items. So, that's your bread and butter of the Abyssal League. Kill surface-dwelling monsters, kill the emerging Abyssal, close the fissures, overcome pit encounters, and reap the rewards.
Wow. And
There's a
they're
lot
shaped
more
like
to this
that.
league, however. As you complete abysses, you can find ancient pieces of bone, preserved from the remains of fallen Lichborn. These are one of the many rewards for your mission
Nod
to seal the pits.
jawbone.
Yeah.
Desecrates a rare
You
weapon.
can use this on a rare item to imbue it with abyssal magic,
Oh,
adding a special hidden modifier to your item.
what the
But how
heck?
do you reveal it?
What?
In Act 2 of the campaign, you'll encounter a new area.
Do not know what it does?
This area is
Hold
overrun
on.
by the Abyssal and the Lost Men. After clearing through this area, you'll find the Well of Souls, a giant cavity with a massive vortex of
Oh.
souls swirling beneath you.
Whoa.
Oh my
Whoa.
god. In
So
the
how do you
underworld.
reveal the mods on your Abyssal-infused items? Obviously, just throw them in, right? Yes, that's exactly what you do. Before throwing it in, you are given the option of how you want to transform it, in the form of a choice of 3 different modifiers.
Okay, that's
Once
cool.
you've chosen your desired mod, throw it in, where it will absorb the power of the souls, and the ominous creature will then retrieve
Is it
for you.
permanent or can you re-roll
These
that?
modifiers can be ones from the
Throw
core
me
mod
in.
pool, all the way through to specialized modifiers that
Yuzu,
cannot
throw me
normally
in.
appear
I'm
in
gonna throw
items.
you in.
During the campaign, you can use it as a way to more easily add useful existing mods, but during the endgame, there is a whole set of new and powerful mods you can add to your items.
Wow.
Like this mod for crossbows that allows you to place an additional ballista totem. Or this one that adds spirit to your staff.
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
Or this
Oh
mod
my
that allows you to
freaking
generate
god,
more
yes!
combo with your quarterstaff skills. And speaking of endgame,
Oh my
you can
god,
also
spirit
use the
to my
system to craft
staff.
waystones. With a preserved vertebrae fused into your waystones, you can get some new modifiers that push difficulty and rewards to new heights. Here are some examples of those mods. You always get a choice of 3, so you can avoid anything you don't think your character is capable of.
Okay.
With this modifier, the natural inhabitants of the area are all spawned near abysses, and there are up to 9 additional abyssal pits in the area, making it just a full-on abyss ruckus. Or this one,
I'm
which causes
excited.
the final abyssal pit in the area to always result in a boss encounter,
I might become
be it
addicted
either
again.
one underground or one that emerges out.
I'm getting sucked in for sure.
There are dozens of these Waystone modifiers in total you can get from this crafting. That covers the new crafting mechanic. So what's left? Well,
Nothing.
we talked about how when closing pits you can get abyssal troves, but sometimes when closing an abyss, you'll reveal an underground cavern that leads to the abyssal depths.
Dark domain. Oh, you just jumped
After
in the
jumping
hole.
into the depths, you'll
He
find
did
an
that.
abyssal city, swarming with legions of
abyssal
the undead.
depths.
When underground, every single rare abyssal enemy will have an abyssal modifier. And at the end of the dungeon, you'll even find a rare with a more powerful lich-born modifier.
Whoa, they look
Once
cool.
you're able to defeat this powerful rare, you can also find some nice rewards.
Oh
Aside
my
from the
God, that
entire
looks
area being
awesome. What the
valuable
heck?
due to the abyssal modifiers on the monsters, it has its own specific drops too. One example is a set of lineage supports that can rarely be found in these depths, like Kurgle's Leash.
What the heck is that?
This support empowers both you and your minions when you command them, granting unholy
Hey, is
might to you
this your
both.
minion build? You wanted one.
Minion
you were talking
build.
about it.
Minion
Another
build.
depth-specific
Banner
outcome is a set of
minions, make it
Omen-like
happen.
items that amplify your abyssal crafting.
Minion build.
Additionally, we're adding some new Socketables that can drop from the abyssal depths. Take Ullman's Gaze, which can be socketed into your armor. These are a bit special
All
in
of
that you
the
can
gaze
only
in
have
his
one
armor.
equipped at a time, but give some pretty powerful effects. Think of them as almost a unique socketable for your equipment. In the endgame, where you can still find depths, you also start to find a different type of underground chamber. In these areas, you'll
What
find an
the-
ancient spire, a device
Hazgul,
being used by commanders
Swallower
of the
of
Abyssal
Light.
factions to plunge Rayclast into a lightless void.
Uh-oh.
Your goal is simple.
Spaghetti-o.
Kill this commander and destroy the spire. There are 4 bosses in the Abyss League,
Ah, that
and
gem
there are
looks
some
so
pretty cool
cool.
uniques available from them.
Look
An
Whoa.
example is this belt, Darkness Enthroned. It has 2
Wait, that's
sockets.
huge.
But hold on, socketables don't work on belts. Well,
What
this belt has a
gives?
special mod that allows it to count as a different slot for the purpose of socketables.
What?
This one, for
I
example,
like how they're
counts as a
just
helmet.
reinventing the rules.
I
They're like,
kind
fuck
of
you
want
guys,
one that
we can do
counts
what
as
we
a body
want.
armor. I wonder how
made this
rare that one
game.
is. You can also find this unique jewel, Undying Hate. This jewel transforms part of your passive skill tree into an abyssal version
What the
and has
hell?
multiple depths. The deeper it goes, the more of your passive tree is affected, allowing you to fulfill your fantasy of becoming part Abyssal
I
Lich.
hate her.
Abyssal Lich.
Now, the last thing that Abyssal commanders can drop is a Finger of the Lich.
Finger.
But what use do you have
Oh,
with a
the
random
finger.
undead finger? Well, the next time you return to the Well of Souls, with the finger in your inventory,
Uh-oh.
your character will almost feel compelled.
To put the
To do
finger
what,
where?
though, you might
Put it
ask?
in where?
To jump in.
No, don't.
The items you threw in
Oh,
came back
no.
more powerful, right? So,
Yuzu,
what's the
no.
worst that could happen?
No,
Well,
don't say that.
You have to
You'll
put the
just have to
finger in the
find that one out for
hole.
yourself.
Oh no, Yuzu.
Along with the introduction
think
of
is gonna
Act
come
4
out?
and the Interlude, we will be
The
adding
Abyss.
25 new endgame maps. These maps will contain all the new monsters and bosses we're adding, improving variety and giving you opportunities to experience the new boss fights many times. Let's take a look at some examples. Rock Pools is a map where you explore a shallow rocky coastline, surrounded by coral and filled with
I like
sirens.
it. I
At
like
the end
it.
is a giant goblin king boss,
Oh,
ready to eat sulfite and squish you like a bug.
He's just playing with dead bodies.
us when we play this game soon.
Yeah.
Holton is an Ezomite township which has seen better days. Explore and clear the township to find a gothic, reaper-like
Dude.
boss with the ability to manipulate storms and fry you with both lightning and wither you with chaos.
Dude. So
Given some
cool.
of the new bosses added are a bit more epic,
As
such as
Mahdi, the
Act boss
Faradin
and final
Prince.
bosses of each interlude part, it would be a bit of a
The
waste
dual
to
boss
just use
is
them as
just
regular map
Asthenia
bosses.
and Draven.
Instead, we'll be adding some new mechanics to the Atlas that use them. These start appearing pretty fast into the endgame and will help bridge the gap until you do your Pinnacle bosses. In the desert biome, you can encounter a wild sandstorm.
Okay.
3 maps around the sandstorm contain a device you must activate.
Oh.
Upon doing this, the sandstorm's magic is
I can't believe they're
disrupted,
cooking so
revealing the
hard.
map inside and allowing you to access
Every
it
time.
and find the cause.
They're just cooking
This
so damn
presents
hard,
itself in the
Yuzu.
form of
I
a
know.
boss,
I'm so excited.
similar to the existing Citadel bosses. This
Citadel?
boss is a Faradin Swordmaster.
Yeah, those are like the
who has been
end game
blessed with the power of a
bosses.
time gem, allowing him to take his swordsmanship to the next level by replicating himself, maneuvering rapidly, and
Ah,
severing
dang.
the fabric of time itself with his powerful slashes.
Oh my god.
In the water biome, you'll encounter a giant maelstrom, where one of the maps surrounding the water biome connects to it, but the connection is obscured.
I hope they add
You must
water
run the maps
water
nearby,
looking
hoping
spells.
to find a beacon, which will remove the maelstrom and reveal the connection
You
to
just
that
summon a
map.
water elemental to be your minion.
Another example is
Sexy
this
lady.
Vaal vault in
Yeah,
the mountain
yeah.
biome. But how do we get inside?
Naked.
Running the adjacent maps
Jiggly.
to it will yield a key, which you can then use to gain access to this vault. Or, you could just trade for one, I guess.
The
Use the key to
era of
dispel
the
the powerful
Faradun
force
is
field surrounding,
now.
leading to the Vaal Elite and their rewards inside.
Okay, Miss Irish. Okay.
These all contain Uber versions of the Act 4 boss, and the bosses at the end of each part of the interlude. And each have their own exclusive drop pool of new Lineage supports, which, as Jonathan spoke about earlier,
Dude.
are powerful support gems that modify your skills in
Lineage
pretty crazy
support
ways.
gems is such a crazy
As an example
concept.
of a Lineage support which
I
can
am
come from
so
the Faradin
overwhelmed in a good
Swordmaster
way
mentioned earlier,
with everything
we have
that's
Garu
happening.
Khan's Resolve, which causes your critical strikes to fork, but requires some mobility on your part to properly enable. From the boss sealed in the Vaal Vault, we have Paquate's Pact, which
Paquate.
supports your war cries,
Paquate.
causing them to inflict massive
And his
amounts of
pact.
corrupted blood at the cost of your own
Paquate.
life. Additionally, some maps can now spawn summoning circles, a room resembling an Ezomite henge. Activating this henge will spawn bosses. It's as simple as that.
I like that.
We'll also be making changes to how affixes and waystones work. As the current prefixes equals good, suffixes equals bad,
I want to do
iteration
either
isn't
like
quite
a
hitting the mark.
chaos build, banner build,
We
or a
tried something
minion
new here in Path of
build.
Exile 2, but after seeing the feedback, we decided we actually
I
liked
don't know
we
what
had
I
in
even
Path of
wanna
Exile
do.
1 more.
I
Like Path of
A
Exile
part of me
1,
wants to do Cold
each affix
Ranger,
will now be both difficult and
but then the
rewarding.
minions being buffed with the ice.
Waystone mods now
Oh.
grant an increase to the number of Waystones
And then
dropped,
I think about, like, the
and
minions
an
in the
additional
banner.
specific upside attached to it.
But then I think about the monk.
This means as you roll your map, they will continue to get more difficult
At least,
and more
Crossbow
rewarding.
man?
at
and
least
allow you to
now
customize the
you don't have
difficulty
to
and
go through
rewards of your
the
maps better.
story again.
For example, the Frostbitten mod, which
I mean, I kinda
causes
want to
enemies
go
to deal
through it
cold
with the
damage,
new-
also increases the rarity of items
the new
dropped as
stuff.
its
It's fun.
upside. Whereas the of venom suffix modifier,
How does one
which
learn this
causes
game?
enemies
By
to poison
playing.
on hit, has the
just
upside
play
of
and you
granting
explore.
increased pack size.
Have fun with it.
Some maps will end up having a lot of rarity, some a lot of pack size, and others will just
Real
have a mixture of
question is,
everything.
when do we get the space turtle
Due to now
hideout?
having more modifiers granting difficulty,
What?
we will of course be reducing the difficulty per
Where's that
modifier
from?
to account for this.
It's from Path of Exile 1.
That's
There's a
your
really
Atlas,
cool
maps, and
there's a cool
Waystones.
hideout
But
there
what
on a
about
floating
Breach,
space
Ritual,
turtle.
Pinnacle content, and
Listen,
others
guys,
of the
we can't
sort?
have everything from Path of
We're
Exile
making
1.
some changes around this
There's
too.
it's supposed to be
The
ported
first
all
change is
to
that
Path
you'll
of
now be
Exile
able to
2
invest time
anyways.
points into your specific League Atlas trees before having to run the Pinnacle content. There will be a specific objective for each type of content which grants you those points. For
Oh
example,
my
in the
god,
case
he's
of
melting
Delirium,
him.
It's simple.
Right?
You
That
just need to
attack
find
is
and kill one of
crazy.
the bosses in a map. Omniophobia or Kosis.
Dude, Warrior
The
looks
rest of the
so
points for
good
each
right
content
now.
come from the Pinnacle content, but we're making some changes to accessibility here too. Currently, access to most Pinnacle content requires the same key at the easiest and most difficult version of the content.
Ooh, okay.
This creates a negative feeling where at lower difficulties, instead of wanting to run the content, you're often better off just selling it to someone who can run it at maximum difficulty.
I see.
To address this, each content will now drop splinters,
Okay.
which will not form into singular items. Instead of using the singular combined item in the realm gate, you can now just bring your splinters. Upon inserting the splinters into the realm gate, an interface will appear, allowing you to pick your difficulty,
Oh,
and
wow.
you'll notice each difficulty has a different entry cost.
Whoa.
This means if you want to run easier difficulties, it
That's
costs
smart that they
less,
thought of that.
which also allows
That's
you to run this content
huge.
much sooner into the endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Because
like that
these
they thought of
encounters
that.
now just require splinters, their corresponding Atlas tree no longer affects the difficulty of them, and has been changed to purely affect the content and maps on the Atlas.
I
Ash
love this
works a bit
game.
differently.
Oh, I know.
Instead of acquiring
so
splinters,
good.
he still needs crisis fragments.
I will
We
unfortunately
now have only
be
2 difficulties of the Arbiter.
out of commission.
The first, requiring the existing
Once
fragments
this
obtained from
launches.
Citadels.
Sorry, my friends.
The second, Uber Arbiter, requires Calamity fragments. These come from Citadel bosses also, but only once you've allocated the maximum number of points in your boss Atlas tree, ensuring those Citadels are at their highest difficulty level. Since we're talking about Pinnacle content,
Uber.
we also felt that the leveling curve in the late game was a bit too steep. We've smoothed this out a bit so that it's easier to get to the mid-90s.
What?
We've also added some new in-game unique
Mid
items.
90s.
You know
Let's take a
fucking
look at it.
long, or not effing long,
Thunderfist
it
is
took
a
to get
pair
to
of blocks that
90s.
grants
Oh my
crackling
god. This
No,
is huge.
because
Skill
I
which
haven't
empowers
gotten
your
that
unarmed
far.
attacks,
It's so
granting your
long.
ability
It's
to
so
call down the
freaking
storms
long.
themselves on enemies you hit. Put simply, literally every monster you hit with your unarmed skills will be struck by powerful lightning.
Damn.
Pair this with the aforementioned hollow palm technique to embrace your true unarmed
You already
prowess
put
in
200
combat.
hours into Path of Exile 2.
Another
yeah,
unique
time
we're
to put
adding
another
is
200.
Hinekora's sight. Equip this amulet to be granted the power of the Mother of Death herself.
Whoa.
This is reflected by granting you a skill called Foresight. While you have
Foresight.
Foresight, your
Me
dodge
having
roll
the
no
foresight
longer
that you
avoids
will.
hits. But instead,
Spend
being
200
hit
hours
while
on
dodge
this
rolling
game.
restores you to full life and makes you unable to die for a brief period of time.
Oh my god.
You'll notice when this does occur, a copy of your character appears
Whoa.
and takes the full damage. This is you seeing
Whoa.
that future, as if you hadn't been wearing the amulet.
Oh my god.
Ultimately, your
That's
in-game
so
experience
cool.
should be more streamlined. With new content to find, you'll be able to invest in your Atlas trees sooner, engage with Pinnacle content faster, have less FOMO running said Pinnacle content, reach higher
Thank
levels
you.
easier, and do all of that
Thank you,
while finding many
GGG,
new
thank
chase
you.
in-game items.
They did this for
Talking
you.
about finding items is one
Yuzu,
thing,
everything they did, they
but
did
what
it for
about
you.
crafting them?
All of it.
We've taken a step back
Personally,
and looked
for
at some
me.
of our crafting systems to make some
Personally for
notable
you, Yuzu.
improvements.
All of
Let's
it.
start with essences, which suffered from an issue where the regular essences were effectively useless and didn't give players the tools or excitement that a crafting system should provide.
I definitely
To
feel the
alleviate these
hours
concerns,
sinking. Oh,
essences
no.
are being changed in a few ways. Firstly, they're being changed to function like regals and add specific modifiers with specific values, meaning you know exactly what you're going to get. We found that players were
exactly
often
what you're going
bottlenecked
to
by
get.
regal orbs when crafting in the campaign, so this helps to fill that
I'm
gap,
so sad that
allowing you
the
to better upgrade your
oh my god,
items.
wow. I'm
Yeah.
so
For
sad that the update is not
This lesser essence of
until
flames, which will be able to add a
the
flat amount
29th.
of fire
Next
damage
week?
to
Yeah.
your magic martial weapons.
That's soon.
Secondly,
I wanna play it
we're adding
now.
many more tiers.
But it's gonna give
That
you like
lesser
this is
Essence
the
of Flames,
perfect
for
taste,
example,
you know?
has a
What if
regular
what if
variant
somebody wanted to get
and a
into the game
greater variant too,
before the expansion?
adding even more
wanna
fire
play it
damage with each
now.
upgrade.
Now they got to see this and be like, wow, maybe
The
I would give
intention
it a
of this
shot.
is so that when you find one early on, you don't worry about holding on to it till
Like, I
later
know, Matara,
to
but I
use
wanna
on a
play
higher
now.
level item.
I want it now.
You should feel free to use them as they come.
I just
want to
read the
Powerful
patch
upgrades during the
notes.
campaign.
I think those will probably come out right after this.
Lastly,
Or
our
during
highest tier of
this.
essences, now called Perfect Essences,
Perfect.
will function like a
essences.
Chaos Orb instead of a Regal.
I
So
fell
it
for
will
this. I thought
replace
Grand
one of the
Ops was giving
modifiers
me
on your
subs.
rare
Do you see
items
this on your
with
screen?
the
I
specified
saw it.
move.
I saw it.
Oh my
Such as
God,
this
how dare
Perfect
you
Essence of
guys.
Flames.
I feel so bamboozled.
You'll notice this one doesn't just add flat fire damage like the ones before it.
Granox,
The
I believed
perfect
in you.
essences often give something a bit different, with some opportunities to be pretty damn
She
powerful.
believed his lies.
There are many different essences, each with many tiers, covering many of the more core modifiers you'd want on items early on, through to chase specialized ones for in-game.
Oh, Yuzu, I'm gonna have
Speaking
to
of
seriously
in-game,
like
we really wanted
take
to
an
expand our
afternoon to
crafting
think about
options
what
for
build
late
I'm gonna
in-game
want.
crafting systems. You might
I'm
have
gonna
noticed that
decide
in
when I
in-game,
see the
you get
patch
way
notes
too
because
many
I feel like the
transfers.
patch notes will
Wouldn't
just
it be
like
nice if some
be
of
the
those
deciding
didn't drop,
factor
but
in terms
instead
of
you
like
got
what they
something a little
buffed
more
and what they
powerful?
nerfed.
I mean, I'll still like to
At
play
higher
with stuff,
levels,
even
you
if
can
it's a
now
little
find
underpowered, as
Greater
long
Orb
as
of
I have fun with it.
Transmutation and Perfect Orb of Transmutation. These can be used on normal items to upgrade them to magic, ensuring that the modifier generated is of a minimum level. This is similar to how you find higher tier items on the ground, but for crafting. These higher tiers will also exist for Orb of Augmentation,
Do I
Regal
like
Orb,
That is a crazy
Exalted Orb,
change.
and Chaos Orb, meaning you can get all of the orbs
Yuzu,
required to take your
every
item
single
from normal
change,
rarity to a fully
they
completed
drop
rare
like a
with guaranteed
million,
high tier mods.
game-changing changes that just add so much more
On
to the
top
game.
of these new core
It makes
crafting
this
codes,
makes
oh, by the
crafting
way,
we
so
wanted
much
to make sure there are
easier.
powerful crafting bases to use them on.
Even just the skill
Now
tree
in
being like,
in-game,
oh,
you
by
can
the way, the
start
skill
to
tree's
find
bigger. Did you notice how
exceptional
quickly they
items.
glossed over it?
These are
Just,
items
oh,
that drop
Yeah.
normal
By
rarity
the way, so
and
anyway,
are perfect for your from-scratch crafting
Yeah.
projects. They can come with
Oh,
extra
support gem
quality,
changes
up
that
to
now you can make any
30%,
build. Oh, and the
or
skill
an
tree's bigger.
additional socket to use your crafting socketables in.
Like, what
And yes, they
is
can
wrong
be
with you
corrupted
guys?
for
Why are
yet
you
another
like
socket.
this?
You can
about my
also
free
get
time?
exceptional unique items. To add even further to your crafting arsenal, we've added a whole suite of new omens to ritual content.
Oh yeah, and they
removed
lowered
some of the more
requirements for like
unimpactful
everything
ones
too.
that weren't
Yeah,
being used.
stat
Strength,
requirements.
stamina, like,
Some of the new
I
Now I don't
omens
have to
include
spec
the
into
Omen of
stats
the
at all.
Ancients, which will cause your
Oh.
next orb of chance to
They
not
really just
destroy the
want us to be
item,
creative little gremlins.
but generate a random unique of the same class. Or the
Whoa.
Omen of Sanctification, which is my new favorite.
Okay, you
This
say
will
this.
cause your next divine orb used on a rare item to re-roll the values of its modifiers,
Sanctify.
allowing it to exceed the normal minimum
Oh,
and
Jesus
maximum
Christ.
values, raising the ceiling on the new most powerful rare items in the
Hey,
game.
sanctified is
Jesus
This
Christ.
omen will also cause your item to become sanctified. Sanctified items cannot be crafted,
I don't think that was
just
the name
like
of the song.
corrupted ones, so consider carefully
By the
when you
Nine Inch
use
Nails.
this. Another is the Omen of Chaotic Monsters,
Ooh.
which will cause your next Chaos Orb to re-roll all modifiers on a Waystone, allowing you to fix your maps if you get some modifiers that are not feasible for your build. Besides these examples, there is a huge variety of new omens for you to discover in your ritual encounters. With the release of Act 4, notably taking place in the Cardori Archipelago, you'll be
Whoa.
able to now
My
find a
free
new currency
freaking
item.
time.
Hinekora's
My
Law.
free time.
Hinekora,
It's all
the
gone.
Cardori goddess of
It's
death,
all
has the power
gone.
My
of
Dota
death
All of it
time.
is
and
gonna
is
be
able to see
gone.
many
Your what
futures.
time? Your
My Dota time.
the outcome of your
Visita
next craft.
Hariventa, mas play
So,
Nalita
imbuing her
Dota.
lock onto an item gives you that same power too. For example, you'll know whether or not to use an Exalted Orb on your item, as you will know exactly what the outcome is.
Some
So,
crazy
with all
stuff.
these new crafting improvements, it's safe to say you're going to be making some epic items.
How
and
dare the
not
devs sleep
necessarily
at
just
night.
ones for yourself.
making
so
these
given
freaking
that,
great
it's
games
time
for
to
us
talk
to
about a massive
consume
one.
and play.
Trade. It's finally here. The moment we've all been waiting for. Fully asynchronous trade.
Oh my god.
Over the years, the way players trade with each other in Path of Exile 1 has morphed from
All
using
right,
the
Yuzu.
forums, through
Time
to the
give
in-game
Mama all
chat,
your uniques.
all the way
Yep.
through to using the website. These systems, in all their iterations, work
I'm
for a
gonna
while,
blacklist you
but with each iteration, new problems eventually
from
reveal
Path of,
themselves.
I'm gonna call John Path
Be
of
it
Exile himself.
requiring you to be in your hideout too much instead of out there
This is
killing
the long
monsters,
con of why I
or
brought you here.
never getting responses from people who are either AFK or
This is
just can't be
huge.
bothered.
This is huge.
In order to finally solve this,
By the way,
and this has
just in
been a
case,
long
this is
time
fully
coming,
a joke
we're
for
adding a
anybody
new
that,
system
might
that
be
allows you to buy items from other players
unsure.
without requiring the seller to be present.
I like that. An
They can
auction
continue
house.
farming, killing monsters, AFK as they please,
Yes.
even be
Now I don't
offline.
have to message anyone, and
With
they
the
just don't
introduction of
respond, and they have to
King's March
message
and
people for
Act
10
4,
10 times, and then I could just buy it.
Meridian Free Traders
You being
Company.
like, hey, smiley
Over the
face.
last 2 decades
Can I buy
or
your
so,
item?
It's
since
because these
Path of
damn
Exile
people
1's
try to
storyline,
price fix,
Faustus has
and
handed down
they
his
have to
knowledge and
they list it for
expertise
so
to Ange,
little,
and she is
and
now
they
ready
never
to take over
answer.
his business.
You just do it so you'd message them, and
If
then
you
they're
have
like,
a
haha,
hideout unlocked
ASL?
already, you can
You're like,
immediately
sell me the
invite her
freaking
there.
item.
If you don't have a hideout yet, you will need to acquire one. You can do this by completing a quest to defeat one of the bosses inhabiting an island in Act 4,
Oh my god, we're
allowing you
taking over.
then to take a slice of it for
It's my home
yourself,
now.
making it your new home and base of operations.
New harm. Oh my
Once
god,
invited to
it's a
your
really
hideout,
cool hideout.
She will now serve as operating your currency
Yeah, that's why
exchange,
the other
but
monster was
also
living
serve
there,
as the
girl.
figurehead in your new trading empire.
Yeah, I thought so too.
How does this new system work? In the existing trade system, you would list items for sale in premium stash tabs.
Oh, thank you for the
And
raids,
then
by the
when
way.
someone
Welcome,
wanted
Raider.
one, you'd have to
From
take it out for
Distracted,
yourself
I'm
and
doing
trade it to them.
a watch along with Yuzu. We have
Hello.
been
Now,
sponsored by
instead
the
of
lovely
using
folks
those, you
over
can
at
give your items to
GGG
Ange so
look
she
at the
can
new
sell
Path
them
of
for you.
Exile update. And we'll be
Each
playing
item
it
must
next
have a
week.
price set.
Welcome, Raiders.
The prices are
Also,
set
you get
using
drops just
in-game
for
currency
watching,
items,
so
such as
thanks for
exalted
sticking
orbs
around if you do.
or chaos orbs. Once a price is set, other players will be able to find the item by searching for it on the trade website.
Oh my god, Yuzu.
Dang.
Once a desired
buy
item
all
has
your
been
items.
found, you can hit a button,
I'm
which
gonna-
will instantly
I'm gonna
teleport
price
your
fix
character
them.
in-game to their hideout.
I'm gonna buy
Then
all
you
of
can
the
immediately purchase the
all
item.
of the rare items and
while
then sell
there,
it for
if you
more.
want, browse their other goods.
Oh my
In
god.
case there's a good
and
deal
then you're
someone
gonna
else hasn't
quit
yet discovered.
farming monsters. You're just
You'll
gonna farm
notice
the
that
market.
as a buyer,
Yeah.
on top of the currency the seller set
I'm
for
gonna
the
be
price,
stonks.
it also costs gold to purchase an item, as Ange has bills to pay after all. As a seller, you'll immediately receive a notification when an item of yours is sold, and can also see an effect above Ange in your hideout when she has
Oh.
unclaimed currency. Just
is
go
so
talk to
good.
her, claim your currency, and continue playing at your leisure.
I truly don't know how they do this.
As many people already
They just
acquired
add
premium
so much
stash tabs for the
content every
purpose of the
single
trade
time.
system, we wanted to
How
add
do
a
they
way
do
for you to
this, girl?
convert your existing tabs to merchants tabs, if you want.
If you want.
You can do that here, on the website, but only if you purchase those tabs before the release of the third edict. To clarify, the existing trade system will remain fully intact.
All right,
So
everybody.
your premium
go
stash
get
tabs
your
will
stuff.
not lose any of their functionality.
Whoa.
We just figured people
It's
might want to
time.
switch over to this new system. We expect
are
a
you
lot
gonna
of
do?
feedback around this
Are
new
you gonna be
system
switching
and are
over?
looking forward to trying it out with you.
Probably, yeah.
As we are not able to test internally with an entire
Ooh.
thriving economy, there will certainly be some kinks to work out.
I just realized how
Based on
amazing
how the
that
system goes,
what he said
we'll be
is.
adding it to Path
Wait,
of
what did he
Exile
just
1
say?
when ready. So any of the tabs
was
you
like, "We're looking
purchase
for-"
will
one
also
second,
be
I'll let
usable
him-
there later.
He basically
Next
said
up,
how
we're going to
he,
be talking about our new supporter packs.
sorry,
Today,
that
we're
they
launching two
are
new
looking
series
forward
of
to
supporter
exploring
packs.
it with us, and they're
The
open to all the
Justice
feedback,
and
basically
Trath and
saying you can
Executioner
complain to us,
packs.
we're ready for it, you know?
Oh yeah,
Each
they've
tier contains
they've
the
been
pack's
really
They're
good at
very
listening to the
points,
community.
alongside several exclusive
And I just really like that because they're like, yeah, we know you
As
guys are going to
always,
roast this, and
the
that's fine. We're
microtransactions in
listening.
these packs are purely cosmetic
I like
and
that a
do
lot.
not affect your character's power or progression in any way. The Justice series of supporter packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions.
Give me
Claim glory
microtransactions.
after defeating enemies, or inspire your allies by calling down the Banner of Justice
Oh
portal.
my god, this is
The
such a
Sphinx
cool
Mystic
portal.
hideout decoration will identify items for you,
Mine
displaying
is
them as it does
me
so.
walking into a little cave.
This ancient
so-
creature has been presented with
Toad
many
opening his
items over
mouth
the
to
eons,
give me a little
so it has
portal,
some
so that's the one
strong
I'm gonna
expressions to
use.
make on the quality of your wares.
I also bought it.
Become a true warrior, worthy of
What do you
delivering
use
the
for your
justice of the
portal?
eternal gods.
Just a
with
regular
the
one.
Abyssal of Justice armor set.
Oh
Wait, this literally looks like the
This
Paladin
armor
one
set
that they
also
released the
comes with
last
a matching
time.
back attachment containing a set of
It's
scales
just like
to measure your
slightly
worth.
changed.
With the Apostle of Justice finisher effect equipped, the Goddess
Okay,
of
that's
Justice
cool.
herself
I
will
like
appear
that.
to decide
Okay,
the
that's
verdict
cool.
for slain unique
Okay,
enemies.
that's cool.
Witness
You
as she
want it, sexy
decides the
woman?
fate of your slain foes. Will they
But-
ascend to be amongst the gods or be banished to the underworld?
I like it. She
But-
just judges them. You can make that into a game with your stream. Like if
The
she
Griffin
ranks
fledgling
a certain
pet will
thing
be
a
your
certain amount of
courageous
times,
companion
they
as
will
you
be 5
journey
gifted.
throughout Rayclast.
Oh, true, true.
We incentivize gambling.
Take your
here.
place in the skies in the Plateau of the Gods hideout. This hideout comes with many different sections for setting up your home.
What's really
or
cool
base of
about supporter
operations.
packs is if you buy a supporter pack, you
In order
also
to travel
get
between them, you simply just need to walk
coin
off the edge. Like
to
a
also
true
spend on
eternal
other
god,
cosmetics,
you can float between
while
the
also getting
mountains on the
cosmetics
clouds
from the supporter
themselves.
pack.
The Trathan Executioner pack series also contains 6
Again, a
exclusive
reminder:
microtransactions.
you can spend money in game to get
The
better items or
Trathan
getter stuff.
Executioner
Everything
finisher
you spend
effect
money
is a
on
brutal
is
display of
cosmetic,
Trathan might,
which is really
crushing
cool.
slain unique enemies as if they were bugs beneath your heel.
This makes you want to play Path of Exile.
As a
I
Trathan
think this makes
Executioner,
everybody wants to
you're
play
the
Path of
perfect
Exile. I
master for the
agree.
ever-hungry carrion raptor pet. It has taken a particular liking to the taste of other pets, and at your command it will swoop down and eviscerate them,
Oh,
proceeding to satisfy
Okay.
its hunger by feeding
Yup.
on their corpse.
he just killed the other player's
The
pet.
nobles of the 4 major Trathan
know what?
houses had their mercenaries,
I don't
but
ask
if their
questions I
hired
don't want
hands became
answers to.
notably irritating, they'd have to call in the Trathan Executioners. You can now embrace their methods and become brutality
Is it
incarnate
client side or
with
does the
cruel
other
Trathan
player see their
Executioner
pet
armor set.
getting killed?
Oh,
The
imagine.
matching cruel Trathan
That would be
Executioner
so
cloak
cruel.
will shroud you in scarlet as you crush the skulls of your enemies and leave a trail of
Skulls.
blood behind you as you build up a kill streak. Or use the alternate variant to simply put a skeleton on your back.
Scary
Be
boy.
bathed in blood as you mutilate monsters with the
glory.
cruel Trathan Executioner character effect. The swirling blood increases in volume as your spree of
like
slaughter continues. Both this effect and the cloak use the same kill streak for tracking how much blood is shown.
Show me
After
Druid.
a long and
Don't be
tiring day of
shy.
executions,
Reveal the
enjoy
next
a
class.
relaxing game of dice
No,
with the
I'm
Paladin
Gambler's
Druid.
hideout decoration.
It's already
They'll
so
definitely
overwhelming.
be
I
playing
can't do
fair,
another
right?
class. just
Give me
yet.
Paladin or
The
Druid.
Pulverizer map device brings a horrid efficiency to punishing the damned of Trathus. Each map you open will execute the next victims.
Ooh.
This map device in its true ruthlessness tracks the
execution.
total number of monsters killed, your kills per second, and your largest kill streak up to the point of the map being completed. This is then displayed on a leaderboard so you can take a measure of you and your friends' violence at the end of each map.
Cute.
Additionally, any microtransactions from the supporter packs will be made available for use in Path of Exile 1.
Yay.
That's enough about cosmetics. Let's get into the Q&A.
Are wild.
But firstly,
I'm so
I
glad
want
they're
to give a
around, and it
huge
just
thank
proves,
you
like,
for
yeah,
your ongoing
if you
support.
just make a good game and work
We're
hard at
just
it
about
and
to
update
start
it
the Q&A with
consistently,
Ziggy D.
and have the
Afterwards,
first game be
at
free,
11 a.m. NZ time, or
You'll be fine.
4 p.m. Pacific, we'll post Path of Exile 2, the third Edict's patch notes.
all you gotta do is
With the
actually make a
release
really
at the
good
end of
game.
next week, our community team
What
will
a
be
crazy
posting crucial
concept.
information you need for the release. Keep an eye on the news. Thanks for joining us today and checking out our latest developments. We're looking forward to seeing your experiences with Act 4 and its new
Do you want
bosses,
to take a look at the Q&A a
fighting the
little bit?
Abyssal, trying
Sure.
new builds,
Or do you wanna
and
wait for
crafting
the-
new items.
Does anybody
We'll
know if the
begin the
patch
Q&A
notes are gonna drop
shortly, so
after
please
the
get your
patch
questions
notes,
ready.
or what?
I'm sure we'll get it like within the next week, just before the
I thought they were
update.
gonna drop at the end of this stream. Yeah, one thing I have to say that I think is so insane about this game is that you will get stuff in both Path of Exile 1 and 2 if you buy a supporter pack.
Yeah, everything
you just
is.
buy one of them for both games. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
everything is ported between both games.
Hello, and welcome back.
Oh, he's so quiet.
Oh, what the hell?
Absolutely monumental.
Hold on, I'm gonna get a little bit more water. Give me one moment.
A suitably juicy Q&A session.
This
for
audio is
probably
crazy.
like 2 hours or something. So grab a cuppa, grab a snack, and settle in. I'm joined once again by Jonathan and Mark to discuss a lot. The patch that had to fix all the things, right?
What the hell is
goal.
this
We didn't quite
audio?
get to literally everything.
the
but
heck?
We certainly managed to do a lot of things that we were very keen to do.
Yeah, you guys are telling me that this was uniquely nerve-wracking for you because there was, I guess it felt like there was a lot of pressure on this one to fix everything.
I
Absolutely.
think
we've
I'm
obviously got a
just
lot of proof,
most
we need
excited
to make sure that
for
we're, like, well, put it this way. I
how
wouldn't want people to feel like
easy
we,
it seems
that
like
we-
you're gonna be able to
we don't have access
craft,
to a lot of the things
and
that
the
people
fact
have
that
been
you can
talking
make
about. So, you know, like,
your
we
your
really
main
try to do as much
character
as we
go
could
through
in
the
one,
story, get through
go, do
Endgame,
everything as it.
and then if you want to make another character, you don't have to go through the campaign again. Like that's just so big to me. That's so big to
That
me.
is one thing about always having to go through the campaigns a million times.
Yeah, because like in Path of Exile 2, like before this change, like you go through Act 1, 2, and 3, then you go through Cruel Act 1, 2, and 3, and then when you want to make a new character, you have to do that all over again. And how long does that take? That takes forever. That's insane quality of life and like a lot of time saved just by not having to go through the campaign again.
I like that.
A huge amount for players
I
who
like
you know,
this
are not necessarily the
change.
in-game
It's a
players as well,
nice
because you've got all of the
change.
the new campaign stuff. So it's like a pretty big deal.
I
for
will
that stuff,
say
but
I
it
really
also meant we
love
could take
as
a bunch
well
of
the
that stuff and
elementalist
move it
stuff
into the in-game
that
too. So the in-game
you
kind of
know
gets a
you
big
don't have to
expansion
pick
as well.
just one
So yeah, it's been
skill to kind
it's been quite a good one.
a
Yeah, I
pro
remember
in.
early
You
on,
can
Yeah.
we
do
had,
all this-
the
all-
process actually,
all
we
the
just
elements
literally
feels
grabbed my whiteboard in
so
my office
fun.
and we just
Mhm.
wrote
And I'm
down
so
every
looking
single
forward to
problem.
that.
Yeah.
And I'd say it's
Um,
not a strategy we've
The
done to
cold
this
buffs seem
degree
really,
this
really fun.
methodically before.
Still
where
don't
we're
think I'm
like,
ready
okay,
for a
we have
warrior
to solve
build, but
everything on this
The
whiteboard.
monk
Literally
might
had a
get
tier
me, I'm
list
not
up
gonna
there.
lie.
Like, this is
we had a
T1, this is
tier list.
T2.
We
Like,
actually
Wait,
fully of
Drakian
every
is saying you
problem,
have to
you
go
know,
through
there were things
all
in there,
acts
like,
on
you know,
a new character though.
aren't
I thought they said the
necessarily
interlude
game content.
fixes
Oh,
that though.
Do you need to just get like one character per? 'cause
Yeah,
once
I
they
thought-
reset the stuff.
Yeah, I thought in the new league you just create your new character and then you go through the main campaign and then you create a new character and you just do the interlude.
Yeah. But
we
it
had a
does
goal to
feel
fix
fair that
all
you
of
have
it,
to do a
and we
campaign
didn't get to
every
fix it.
single
We
time,
are
at least
fixing
one time
individually
every new
everything. We're
time.
fixing almost, well, a
Because
lot.
that's the whole point.
Ugh,
You're starting
so
from a new
annoying
league.
though. It's so annoying.
However,
You know what, though?
Interlude fills in for Act 5 and doesn't exist yet.
It just unfortunately we couldn't get time to sort it. So yeah, that's one of the.
Did they say they're going to do 5 acts for Path of Exile too?
There's
Is that
going to
their
be
plan?
6 acts.
Oh my god. I can't believe that this game is already this deep and like I'm shocked.
Oh yeah, PoE 2 when it fully releases, it's going to be a free to play game.
Yeah.
The
But-
only reason why you'd pay for it now is because it's early access, so you're paying for early access. But it will be free
But
when
again,
it fully
how
comes
many
out.
hours do you have in Path of Exile?
Like
So many on Path of Exile too.
maybe a few
I've
hundred,
28
perhaps.
0.9 hours, so I'm not so bad.
That we had here. And obviously like a bunch of
You have how many? Sorry?
Perhaps
a
few hundred.
Can you check? I want to know the number.
Sure.
Poor girl. Come on.
Sure. Why do you want to know? Why do you want to know what I'm spending my time on? Hmm?
I just, I want to know.
You're the feds or something or what?
I just want to know what you're up to, you know?
It's
So then what that meant was at some point we're like,
400. 400.
400? Nice. That's some gamer stuff. Good for you. That's good gamer hours.
So that's what we ended up doing.
I like how you just went,
Yeah.
Honestly, most people are at like 300, 290. You're on par with my audience. I'm
Yeah,
down now.
I've played a lot of Path of Exile too when it first launched. It's early access.
Do we know when it's going to be out of EA? Maybe like
Well, so when they first released it, they said they want the time frame of it to be within 6 months to a year, but at this rate, I don't think it's gonna be.
no.
They haven't even released the druid, the paladin, the shadow class. Like they haven't released all of the ascendancies either. It's gonna take a really long time actually.
But that is one thing I do appreciate. They will delay stuff if they need to. They will be like, you know what, guys, this isn't ready. Let us instead cook. And then they freaking cook like today, right? Where this expansion is insane. It's adding so much to the game, and we're not even remotely
Yeah.
close to the game yet.
The one thing about the team though is they were overly ambitious in the beginning of PoE 2, which is like, it's not bad, but like people did get disappointed with how much was like being said and how much was not being done, I guess.
Criminal to get this far without
Yeah, to be honest, it is. Yeah, yeah.
I will
So,
say
I'd
though,
that
right
is
now
really
things are
good.
looking really good.
Yeah,
But they also
yeah.
shouldn't
That would be an obvious
They
candidate,
definitely
is making sure
they
that it's
definitely like picked up afterwards. Like they got things all like figured out now, because when they first released 2, they had PoE 1 devs working on 2, and they wanted PoE 1's new update to come out, and then they wanted PoE 2 to come out, and like they were just like very scattered within their dev team, so it was like a little hard for them.
Towers and stuff have been a hot topic for people, so
I will say though, right
we'll talk
now
about the
they're
endgame.
doing
This
such a good job
wasn't
at
ostensibly
doing it,
supposed to be an
where they're like,
endgame
hey, we have Path of
update,
Exile
from
2.
what you were telling me.
It's gonna be free, but if you want to
it
buy it,
still
you
seems
can.
like a
Also,
pretty
if
big
you don't want to
endgame
buy it,
update in
we have
the
Path of
end.
Exile
Yeah, I mean,
1.
well, part of that is because
which
we
is
obviously
fully
get all the
free.
content that
Yeah.
we produced for the campaign.
And I
We
just
get to
think
make all the
it's so
in-game
cool that
versions
they're
of
not
that.
letting Path of
That
Exile
obviously adds quite a lot. But we
just
did want to
continuously
make
doing
sure
stuff.
that we weren't just being like, okay, so we're adding a bunch of bosses. Like, we want to
might
make sure
have
that
to pay
the
the
more
impatience
epic
fee.
ones
Consider
that we
doing
added
so.
to the campaign
Also
have
consider
some
using
some new
mine or
mechanic for them on
Yuzu's
the
link.
Atlas as well. So that's where we had those various mechanics with, like the sandstorm and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, those kind of like
Minus
Atlas
10.
events. And it really does contribute
But
to the feeling
again,
of
we'll be
exploration,
talking
having all that
about
stuff.
this next week.
And
when
then,
we
of course,
Yeah.
once you got that, you
We'll
then
be
start getting
streaming it
into
on the
okay, well,
29th,
those
right?
drop, then we started thinking we
Yeah.
need a new category of
We're on the same
We'll be
page.
streaming it together on the 29th when it comes out.
It just ended up kind of
I'm
adding up to,
excited.
quite a bit in the end. But,
I still got to
it
think
isn't-
about what
it
character I
isn't
want to
like
make. I
kinda
want to
like
come
the
to the
big
stream
in-game
like
change that we're,
with a
yeah,
little
wanting
bit
to
of a
do. Like, we
game
had a
plan,
design for that, but we just
That's
kinda
the
haven't quite
thing
got
though,
to it,
like with
so,
the new
but it still
update,
ends
like
up being quite a lot. And
it's
one
gonna
of
be
the big
so
things that
different
it
from
also,
what
I think,
you
will help
knew
bridge is the kind of
before.
the
Like
end game.
every new league is
You know,
so
that's
different
still a problem
because
that we
like
wanna improve, but, yeah, like it adds
the
quite a
last
lot there,
patch
'cause
that
you're seeing
2
the
had
sort
when
of
it
Atlas
introduced
a little bit.
Amazon, it completely just killed minion builds, and then before minion builds were fine. So like
and we are doing some stuff to address this, but effectively you've got like the Pinnacles
it was
at the end,
a
you've got, like, obviously when you start you've got
it's
a bunch
hard
of
to like
content, but
have a
doesn't feel
game
like there's those
plan when
kind
you
of
don't even see the patch
mid-game
notes yet, I
goals that,
guess.
you can easily
Yeah.
achieve. That's kind of
I
the-
feel
the
like
issue that
sometimes
we
for
have.
me,
lack of
it's just
direction, right?
Right, right.
I think
you
no-
start
there's
off
not
with the
enough, like,
feel of the
really
character, right? So
guiding-
you're like,
like,
oh,
the
how do I
narrative
feel
kinda
about this
falls apart
character?
there, right?
Right.
'Cause it's
Yeah.
just
How
does this
an
make me
open
feel? Do I
world,
like
and
it? Do
you
I
want
not
a bit
like it?
more
Yeah, it's true.
telling you
Sometimes
where
when
you
I'm
go to
playing
characters,
it,
but it's like, oh,
my
this sneaks and this
build
sneaks as
always
opposed to, like, you could
changes
do this.
depending on
It's
like
nice to have those, but it's nice
if
to
I
also
get
have
like a
the things kind
cool
of directing
unique, I'm
you
like,
as
okay,
to,
maybe I
like,
can make
this is
something out of
exactly
this,
Yep,
and then
yep,
my
yep,
build
yep.
like
the boss
focuses
I wanna get to.
focuses
So
around a
there's kind of
unique or
just a big gap
something.
there. We wanna add a whole
Or the
bunch of
worst
stuff
part
to
is
that,
when
where
you
we have
get a
huge
good
plan, but
unique
again,
for a
it's like,
different class, and you're
yeah,
like,
we need
well,
you got this
you know, this is
working on
kind
a
of
campaign, you've got
broken.
working
Maybe
on a
I
game,
should.
you got all these, like, how do you
Maybe I
juggle
should switch
all of these
mains.
things? It's
Yeah.
brutally difficult, and you
I feel like I'm always
thing,
one
so
good
I
item
would
away from
expect,
being like,
you know,
actually,
next expansion to be way more in-game
That's
centric
for
in
this
terms
class.
of
That's
fixing all
like
this
the
because,
feeling of when you're
it was all the
end
whiteboard.
game
But we
and
did
you're a
do-
certain
but we did
level,
some
and
stuff
then you
with,
just
what
need
we had,
one
like, the
extra
splinter
skill
change, I think, is gonna be
point
quite a
for your
big one. Like,
build
it
to
doesn't
be
look like much from what we showed, but what
to
it
be
does
like
mean is that you've
perfect,
got
but then
Pinnacle
like it
fast
takes
earlier
forever to
in
level, so you
your,
just never have
in
that
the
skill
experience. Of
point,
course, you've
and then
got
you
the
die,
thing
and then
where,
you lose all the
you know,
experience that
it
you're
can
farming
make
for
more
the past
sense
10
to
hours.
the difficulty, the access to the different difficulties.
you're like,
by having it so that it's
going to
cheaper
end it
to
all
get to the lower tier
in
ones, so
Minecraft.
that helps quite a lot, and
I'm
I
done.
think that'll improve things quite a lot even just from that. So yeah,
of
like
course you got the league now in in-game as
yep,
well.
and of course
Did
there's a
they
league there too.
You know, the
Yep.
wisps were
make his
wisps.
volume better, or
Sure,
am I
wasn't
just more
really a
used to
league.
him talking
Kinda just
quietly?
like, you know,
Not a full-fledged
what we've done before. And
Did they
maybe
say
a
when the
lot of people
update
here
drops?
who
The
may not really even know
29th
what
of
a league is,
August.
I
And
mean,
both Yuzu and I will
we
be
kinda
playing.
had it with the
And
Golden Hunt,
very
yeah, I mean,
important,
having a verse
free
in every single
weekend
area.
on the 29th
yeah.
of August.
There are
For
It
that
has-
whole
visual
weekend.
icons
That's
you
a
can
free
find on the map,
weekend.
you can't add them
So you don't
because
have to
they
buy the
are
early
free.
access.
So, and you
Uh-huh.
have, you know,
Free
different
early
Waystone
access
crafting and
weekend.
stuff like that. So there's a lot of in-game
And we'll be able, you'll be able to get drops from watching
Also a
Yuzu
more
and me.
combination of the
Or
elite
anybody,
mechanic with
but
other
you
mechanics
should
as
watch
well,
us,
which is
'cause
I'm
something
so
that
mad
I've
that
looked
it's
forward to leagues is, like, having
planning before I go to Germany.
Yeah, you were telling me that
Because,
you
like,
specifically made it so that
I'll have the
those
high
that
of
have
wanting to
specific
play
emotions basically
Path of
everything else.
Exile and
Like,
getting
like
to
if
play
Exile
it, and then like
saying
the
that
next
you're
couple
gonna
days I go to
special
Germany.
effects
Yeah, yeah.
based on
Can I know
the
what you're going to
rewards
Germany
and
for? Have you
it's,
talked about it?
Yeah, it's for
really
TI. It's for
interesting
Dota
stuff.
International.
Because this is where you
go!
can get some of those,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
patchy.
excited.
Fun.
But,
Yeah, I'm
Have the
excited.
does
Time
this also
ever.
have like Atlas tree
It'll be my first time in
integration
Europe.
in the way that it would later on,
Oh
comes
my
with
god,
the
and
core
she's.
element?
I love
No,
that for
not
you,
the
girl.
way that's kinda
Yeah.
handled is
I
some of the
love it
Waystone
for you.
crafting.
Oh,
I'm gonna learn
We-
so
I hope
much
you have
German.
exciting
when the league
time.
ends, you know, we obviously do the whole again more for people who
what city is it in? Have they announced?
It's in Hamburg.
Okay,
maybe
I haven't
don't
been
know
to
what a league
Hamburg.
is and how we handle this stuff.
Oh, you've been to
one.
Germany?
I'll
I've
over-explain
been
it a
to
little bit, but
Cologne.
yeah, generally we
Uh-huh.
review
That's
the
the only
state of
place
it at
I've
the
been,
end.
which is
We
like
see what,
one tiny little
changes we wanna
town
make. Sometimes
close to
we
the
add it
French
to
side.
the core
Mm.
game
It's the one with the
immediately,
cathedral,
sometimes later.
Cologne, Cologne.
And then we add it to the tree and decide how we want to invest into all
Was-
the different things. But we try
Is the
and
city
have
that you
the
mentioned,
meta
does anybody
progression,
remember? Is
so to
that the one
speak,
that
of
got
the
like
league
fully
within the
destroyed in
leagues,
World War II?
itself and not
Oh
connected
my
to the
god,
core tree,
that's
'cause
such
There's
a
a
crazy
few cities
question
in
to ask.
Germany that got like
What the-
fully
is the thing you
destroyed.
do.
And then they had to
But
rebuild
it's-
them
it's
like
sometimes
less than
it's a
100
waste
years
of
later.
Experiment with
Is that Berlin? Are you talking about Berlin?
No. The city that you mentioned, Hamburg.
Oh, does anyone know?
I've been to Dresden. Yeah, no, Hamburg was one of the ones that got like super.
Dresden.
Could be a
Dresden.
separate tree, but just do it through the Waystone crafting stuff instead, and you can invest in the Abyss and juice the Abyss.
Any
that
World
way.
War
I mean,
II historian? Don't ask me about history. Don't ask me about geography or history.
Basically,
I didn't
like,
even
a
remember
lot
where
of
9/11 happened.
got heavily destroyed, but there's a few that are top. I think Hamburg is one of the ones that I remember. That's why when you mention it, I'm like, oh, that's one of the ones that got destroyed.
So that's
Super interesting from a history
They're crazy. That was such a crazy like.
the content.
That question came out of left field.
No, I'm
We
sorry.
made some changes to that,
It's like a
actually, as
pretty.
well.
World War
Last
II is like
night.
pretty big in
Thus
Europe.
it was, and thus it wasn't in the live stream.
Yeah, I would think so.
It was talking about how you have to.
A lot of it happened in
Sorry,
Europe.
the mood. My bad. I'm just a little bit of a history buff.
And there's a point in where you get the
But yeah, I hope
template,
you have a
which is
fun
after
time.
you
What the
find
heck?
league and you
Yeah,
build,
I will.
you know,
I will
it's
try
Just
to
forget about everything I said about
successfully
World
go
War
back and
II.
get the
There
template.
is no
Also,
World
the
War
first 2
in
points there.
Bossing
Bossing.
say.
I wanted
Yeah.
to change it so that you can get,
Don't
like,
worry about it.
You know, if we have 8 points, you get 4 points.
Oh,
before
Omens
the
said
Pinnacles and
Hamburg
4
was
points
one of
from the
them.
Pinnacles.
Yeah.
Right now it's 2 and 6. We're still looking at this just because we made a change.
I
last
won't
night.
be a dumber Auslander.
Adapting this a
I
little
will
bit
try
more.
my best to
So it's
learn.
even- the first 2 points come even sooner and even more obviously. Like, you don't have to RNG into finding a boss in order to get those first 2 points now, which was mentioned there. No longer going to be the case.
But
with the
yeah,
release, so.
we just want to really make sure we're smoothing that progression.
They
through,
did-
getting that stuff
Did
in
I
there.
get used to their voices being quiet? Or did they level them? I can't tell.
I think they just fixed the audio.
The hunt actually, I felt were a big step forwards in that regard. There was a lot more
They
exploration.
didn't?
Right.
It's the
with
same?
the new unique maps and even towers. I felt like when you're using them as an exploration feature, work
I can't
quite well.
tell.
Like they leapfrog you to your next.
All right, Yuzu, I want to hear your top 3 without looking at the patch notes,
cool
characters
motivator
you
that
want to
pulls
make
through, and that helps with that
on the
mid-game
new
issue we were
everything.
talking about. Is that
I'm
kind of the
probably
goal,
gonna
to
make
this,
a
like, really exploration
warrior.
focused?
It's certainly something that I really love,
a
the things you add to the
minion
atlas, the more it
build,
feels like you're finding things.
With banner or
and
no
we
banner?
definitely appreciate the concern with
I
towers
need
being
to
that you've got this
see
tension
whether or
between
not
having to turtle in
banners
one
or
location
like the
versus
spirit,
explore.
if there's any
And so
spirit
that's something that
changes,
we
because
need to
banners
look
cost a
into
lot of
addressing, but,
spirit. So
I
if
don't
I
wanna kind of,
do
like,
dip
talk
into
explicitly about
banners
exactly
and
what we're gonna do
minions,
here,
I
just
won't have
because,
enough
you know,
spirit.
there's
Yeah, it's gonna
obviously
be
lot
a
in
lot.
flux there still, but,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
either
it's
gonna make
something
like a
that,
some
we
kind of
understand the problem,
Orabot
I
banner
would say.
build,
Like, I
necromancer
understand
or
there's an issue, and so,
warrior.
we will be addressing that a bit later.
I
Yes,
either
the
want to
brand
make a
name of
Cold Ranger,
towers seems
just because they made it
hard
seem
currently,
so
like,
enticing,
seems
or
like
an
no matter
Elementalist
what
with
you do with
all
them, there's gonna
three
be
elements,
some sort of,
or
maybe just delete towers
a monk.
because we have
The
bad
monk with the
association
That
with
is a
them.
that is a
the
concern,
fists
but I suspect that we'll still want
build
to keep them at
was
least
really
for just
cool.
vision.
I
Like,
thought
even
that
if
was
we remove the
really
mechanic and
cool of
do all
them
the
to
stuff, like,
include
we'll just
something
keep
like
them there.
that.
So I still think it's fun to just find a tower just to get a
I
circle
might
of vision
just
around it.
do
So I
Cold
think that's the
Ranger
part
though,
that
just
people
to
aren't happy
like,
about with them,
or the
so
Elementalist
therefore
was
we
fun.
might
I
keep
don't
that
know.
and
Ugh.
move, like, other power sources and
The
other things that you
the
can
new
do.
too much
skills,
choice.
the new poison skill for the bow was
Right?
pretty cool too. Like the
Well, I mean,
little
I
a
still
poison
want
ground.
something that does that. I just think that it needs to work
I wonder if
differently
that
than-
will,
Yeah, I guess
if you
the
can
issue seems
combo
to
that
be
with
too
like
from
fire
maybe
at
check out
all.
other things that they mentioned about
Ooh.
the issues
It
with
seems
towers,
like
but the
comboing
issue
stuff
as I
just
see it
works
is,
better all
about
around in
that
general.
feeling that you still need to
Yeah, specifically the elements though, because poison and fire always worked well together because it explodes.
My fundamental problem with them is the way
I
that
wonder if
you
that
know
I wonder if
something
that
sucks before
makes
you
it
even run it, and that's always bad.
even
Yeah.
Like,
more
effectively, it's
desirable
like,
to
okay,
run.
like, if
I
you're running
wonder.
maps that don't
But
have the
it
power
seems
around
like
them, you're
they've
okay,
made
well, I know this is bad, or like,
things
until I feel
synergizing
bad because,
even
like,
more
I just have to
powerful
get
than
to the next
before.
tower, and then
Where now you can
Yeah,
actually have your
one
skills
tower, but you
synergize a
know
lot
two
better, the
towers
different
overlapping
elements.
as a thing,
yeah, because
then
you
you're
can
like,
actually
okay, well, I feel bad running a one tower
combine
overlap thing when I
ice
know
with
that
your
two
firestorm or like lightning with your firestorm.
No, that looks so exciting.
It's actually the opposite of the action.
It's gonna make the dopamine in my brain go.
Oh, Oh, I forgot. Also, the fact that you can change your fire damage to chaos damage. I might also do that. I think I might do chaos fire.
Do you think that's like bringing up what the
What's your
base map experience can be?
what's your like what is the word for this?
Adding more interesting confluence of
Give me your train of thought on it. Why are you doing that?
Well, the first the skill effects are now purple when you change your fire damage to chaos.
Okay, that is cool.
So I think it's mostly like an aesthetics thing for me. And I think I always like enjoyed chaos builds in general in Path of Exile.
Yeah.
So I feel like the new skill effects, being able to like see fire rain be like purple, or like the sun orb thingy be purple. I don't know. I think it's like the aesthetics of it. It's really cool.
I just realized I've been having a hard time concentrating on hearing you speak, but it's because I had the devs open talking about questions and patches, and I was like squinting to try and hear you speak.
Yeah, they're like talking in the background for me. I turned them down a bit.
No, I was like, I was really, really struggling. Oh, that sounds fun. I really liked my first Path of Exile 2 character was a witch with chaos and minions, and I really like. I just like chaos. You can like get stuff destroyed in seconds.
Most of the time when I'm building something, it's usually because of the aesthetics. I don't really do like meta builds. I like crafting my kits around being like either aesthetic or like in a way that's not really done before. Like I did a build that was like the ancestral totems when Path of Exile first came out, because I thought there could be a build for that, but they were like hella fucking booty. Like they were so ass, like no damage at all. And then now this patch, they're up. They're buffing it by a lot, so maybe I'll continue that again.
And everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, did you get this build from the showcase?" And you're gonna be like, actually, no, I've been cooking on this.
Yeah,
My true fans know I have been cooking on this. Yeah, she really has been.
Yeah.
Oh
I think it's really cool that now your weapon stats will stay with the demon form on Witch when you change forms, because before people like I went that route too to try out like a chaos witch build, but then like the amount of stats you'd lose just going into demon form was just not worth it for how much effort you put into the build.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Can you backtrack that for a second? You lost me during
so like
I've had a really long 2 days before. My apologies.
Before there was like a demon form, or there is a demon form, but before
from the demon form of the witch. Yes, I was paying attention until that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know how like your weapon stats are like really freaking important, and how much
they power you up.
Yeah, so when you switch into demon form, you lose all of your weapon stats, but now they changed it so that you keep your weapon stats. So now it's actually worth it to be in demon form, because before you'd have to put so much into making the demon form work. It was like, it works, but at what cost? Like you put so much effort into it for what?
Somebody said, I wonder if the demon can sprint too. Like if your demon form can sprint. That I wonder too.
Well, demon form has like an insane range on her dodge, and like people pretty much like would use demon form only to like traverse map at a certain point.
I'm kind of excited about the running around. Like sometimes when you're just running through the map and you find like one little spot, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Blood Mage was also really strong, but like originally when you first spec'd into it, it felt really bad because you pretty much you're literally killing yourself playing it, because it makes you cost health to cast things. But now it feels much better to play because they're changing that with the new update.
Oh, somebody said, I used a meta build for a character I play in another game because it turns me to Exile. That reminds me, that little like ice arrow that seems to be seeking the target. Do you remember that?
Oh, the ice salvo?
Fun. I think that's what it was. It was like a bunch of little ice missiles. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's the salvo. That one is interesting because like it charges over a period of time. I think you can't like spam cast it because you have to wait for it to like finish a charge. I don't know how it works, but that's how I think it works.
God, I just have to say, I am in awe. Like, the fact that we watched the Path of Exile update not long ago, and now they have this crazy Path of Exile 2 update, and it's huge. It's a huge update.
Yeah, it makes me excited for like the future of the game because I personally feel like I enjoyed playing 2 more than 1. And the fact that I'm having this much fun when it's just early access and we haven't even seen the rest of the classes, the rest of the ascendancies, the rest of the acts, like I feel like it's going to be one of the games that I play a lot. I mean, I already have 400 hours on it. So, yeah. And mind you, sorry. Mind you, I have like 1400 hours on Dota. So you can like see like these are the games that I put so much time into. And like Path of Exile 2 is something that I really enjoy.
I feel that if I had played Path of Exile 1 first, I probably would like it a lot and then kind of see Path of Exile 2 as like a similar but different game. But because I played Path of Exile 2 first, even though Path of Exile 1 is fun, it still is like the graphics aren't quite the same, the weapons aren't quite the same. It still looks incredible and it looks really good and it, it works for today's gaming day and age. But the new shiny.
Yeah, Path of Exile 1 is actually they're gonna receive a visual overhaul with ported models from 2, and that's like
oh my god.
That's what's really cool about Path of Exile 1 and 2 is because they're working in tandem with like the same dev team, so like they can take from each game. What's really cool about 1 is it appeals to a specific audience where they just like boom, 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 fast, fast, fast. And then PoE 2 is like kind of slow, methodical, like strategic instead. So like I think I prefer like the slower paced combat more in 2 than 1.
Okay, but Miss Dark Souls, that's why.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. It's definitely like, even though they're similar in the essence of, you kill some mobs and get items. I agree with you that the 2 feels a little bit more like, especially for boss fights where you actually have to like learn the pattern, really like time your evades, time your attacks and stuff. It's really fun.
I think 2 is easier to digest as well. I think 1 is very hard for people to get into in terms of like which one should you play first, because like 1 is like so much content to learn versus 2 is like it is a lot of content to learn, but not as much as 1 would be.
Yeah, because it's been around for a few less years, right? You can still get in while it's happening and learn. And this is why I also really like the new leagues, because it's like you actually kind of get to play the game with your friends. Everyone's the same level, everyone's the same stuff. Nobody has nice items. Everyone's just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Path of Exile 1 is like 10 years of content versus 2, which is barely a year old.
Ugh, why get it launched today? No, actually, I think it's amazing that they did it now because I genuinely need like a few days to think about. I need to sit down and be like, all right, what am I playing? And I'm going to seriously take like a whole morning on my balcony to be like, do I do the Cold Ranger? Or do I do the Elemental?
You're like sipping on your wine. You're sitting on your chair in the balcony with your wine glass.
And just being like, the Cold Ranger could work.
Yeah, you're gonna set yourself on the path of you're gonna set you on the path of like a specific path that you want to play as, and then when you play the game, when it launches, you're gonna be like, wait, actually I'm gonna go something else. That's how it always goes.
100%. Or you like unlock a part of your kit that you feel, oh, actually, I think I want to try something else. Or you like start talking to other people, you get really good items. Somebody asks, is this game free yet? Fun fact, the game is going to be free when it releases. And on this weekend. So this weekend, on the 29th, sorry, on the 29th, the game launches in early, sorry, no. On the 29th, the game launches a free early access weekend.
True.
Yuzu, I bed rotted for 2 days straight. I literally just played phone games, and I did not even leave my room. Yuzu thought, not Yuzu, Junine thought I died.
Oh.
So now I'm so out of it.
Yep,
Like
that'll
I
do it.
feel, oh God.
That'll do it.
Oh. I had a coffee, but I think I need another one.
When does it come out? Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's already an early access, so they're not really obligated or like rushed to have a release date for the full release. Like currently, they're just working on patches that lead up to the release, the full release.
I
So
will
we
say,
don't know. We don't know when it's gonna come out.
I wouldn't worry about having enough content though. There's definitely more than enough content to go around.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't- I
400
wouldn't
hours of content, by the way, because I have 400 hours.
That you're crazy. I'm telling, even like my Minion witch, I'd have to replay her because so much stuff changed. I'd have to see how. Oh,
Yeah, I'm curious how they buffed the specters, because when they first came out, they were just so useless.
did you do you think the ice armor is going to make a big difference for skeleton armor?
I think it's pretty good because before the ice skeleton skill wasn't as like the ice skeleton skill was okay-ish, but I think the fact that now the ice armor can combo with the brute's war cry that breaks the ice armor and does damage in an AoE, I think that is a lot cooler.
Because
then-
I also feel like with minions, you just kind of want fresh minions all. Sorry, and then.
And then I think also the fact that they're making them not require accuracy is another huge deal.
I still cannot get over the fact that they lowered a bunch of armor requirements, weapon requirements, and then they were like, "Oh, by the way, let's just add a bunch more skill points. Good luck, have fun, live your best life."
I think the best thing about this patch is the fact that we're able to use support gems on multiple other skill gems. I think before, when you were limited to using one support gem specifically on one skill gem, and now you could use it wherever you want multiple times, is just like the most craziest change to me.
I will say, for anybody that's new, you kind of might have to copy what I did when I started. At first, don't break your back too hard about the skill gems and the stuff. Just play more of the game. Play more
Yeah.
of the game, see more items, see more stuff. It's fine if at the start you're just, throwing one fireball at an enemy.
That's the
Get yourself
beauty
used to the game.
of this game. When you're first starting out, your build will always be bricked at the end. You're always gonna start a new character. Like there's no like you're gonna start a new character no matter what.
Oh,
It's always just a trial and error and seeing what you like. And that's like the best thing about this game. It's just build crafting.
I'm telling you, I see an elementalist in my future, and maybe even a staff monk.
I can't wait to make my character's name a really funny name after my sponsor.
Oh. Can you write to me what you're thinking of name wise? I promise I won't steal it.
Like
Like
Gabe,
Venus Vagina?
Gabe owners. Gabe owners. The way you had to think.
The worst part is I only got it after you started laughing. That's when it hit me.
Or
I'm telling you, my brain's slow
what
right
about Isla Vanal?
So like for example, right now, the first time you play through Act 4, I doubt
Yuzu.
then start to realize that so there'll probably be a little bit of adjustment to that.
I feel like such a boomer listening to these.
No one steal these names. They're mine. I called dibs first.
You'll have to put a 1.
Yeah.
You'll have to be like,
or
what is it? Isla Vanal. Yeah, Isla Vanal 3. Because the first 2 are taken.
Lou Skunt.
Should say LOU space and then Scunty. Because it's, yeah. Y'all crazy for this. That's crazy. Do you know Octopimp?
Yes.
So have you ever seen his Steam names by any chance?
No.
Oh God. Okay. He does the craziest stuff. Hold on. Let me see what his current Steam name is if I can find him. He always changes them. Okay. Here, I'll just send this to you. He always changes them, so then I'll randomly see him log in sometime and I'm like, "Oh, who is this? Thank you for the gifted sub to It's Lou. They gifted to Lou. That's his name at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Can I see the previous names? Hold on. I think there's a way that I can.
Yeah, you have to go to his profile and click on the drop down arrow.
It doesn't get. Okay, so profile.
Unless you deleted his previous names.
You might have a new. Okay. This user has also here. I'll just send these to you, and then
cock and ball coocher. Dick first into the bussy buffet. Waymo road ahead.
Waymo Roadhead.
Oh, Waymo Roadhead. Jim Megami Tensei Hatsune Meat Cube. Jerking off in a KFC famous bowl. Double teamed by Outcast. Hamburger helper mascot ham job. Wow. Jimmy Carter Big Naturals. Ass Cumyon. Censored out history.
I have no idea what any of, no idea.
It's okay, guys. We're not sponsored anymore. This is not sponsored.
Yep.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. I do
We're
want to
good.
say, what is Yuzu reading? She's reading Octopimp's names in video games. So very quickly, Yuzu and I will be doing a sponsored stream. Let me double check my calendar really quickly. For the free weekend, it shows on my calendar 4 p.m. PST for me because I have to start a little bit later on that day, but I'll probably join you if you start. I think you might start before me unless you're starting at the same time.
I might start an earlier time, so we'll see. But I would like to play with you still.
That weekend is free weekend. Me too. It's free weekend, so I'll probably be around a lot to play, and I'll make my stream in like a place where you could ask questions and stuff if anybody wants to come hang out. What about you, Yuzu?
Well, I will be probably playing a ton, and I'm very I haven't played a lot during the Amazon release, but I played a lot when initially the early access release. So I know at least that much. I know 400 hours of knowledge at least. So I will have
that is a lot of hours.
I will have I'll be able to answer a lot of questions at least.
Ooh, I'm excited. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to all the fun builds and just people talking about what items and all that stuff.
Yeah. I'm excited for the new uniques. I'm just gonna finish up watching the Gamescom thing because we were doing that before the sponsored, and then I'll probably just grab something to eat afterwards.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you what was I gonna ask? Yeah, I'll see you then next in like 9 days.
Yeah.
I love you. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. It was fun.
Very, very quickly. Hold on. Make sure I don't accidentally have my stuff here. Yuzu, do you have any last words?
I'm just gonna say, please go ahead and check out Path of Exile 2, using both me and Mata's links that we have linked either down below or with a command or pinned in the chat or something like that. And thanks for watching us, and thanks GGG for sponsoring us. We will see you guys again on the 29th.
Yeah, huge shout out. I have to sing GGG's praises again one last time before we go. I played, when the early access, and I love the game so much. And I came back to them, and I had my team ask them to sponsor me. So I had already played the game, and they came back and still were like, "No worries, we're gonna sponsor you. You got this." And then they also sponsored me to play 1, and others me for 2 again. So
yeah,
it's freaking amazing, and
I love them.
super love that.
I love them. They're awesome.
I hope you have a good
Oh, I was just gonna say they're like probably like the ones sponsorship that I really love working with. Like I love working with GGG.
Yeah, it's been fun. And it is really nice too that they're like letting us jump in call together, and they're letting us play together as well. I like that quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's sweet of them. All right, Pookie.
Okay.
I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.